Alright. Stream
With some
restarting.
exceptions. Let's go.
Take 2 for the stream. Okay.
First try.
Yeah. Only one attempt.
Listen, no one saw the VOD. No one saw the VOD as far as they're concerned. First try.
Actually, no, there was... The only reason I noticed it was because someone in chat was like, wait, this isn't BeamNG.
Yeah. It's crazy. Speak of the devil, huh?
Yeah. I'm trying to make my guy look like slightly less of an ass.
Give him a fit that's like underground LA rap scene or something. Like the guy shouldn't look like he acts. Oh, those boots! Hold on, go back. Go back to those boots, bro.
Bruh.
Those look so fucking nice.
What?
That
What
looks
do you
like
think?
something G-Eazy would wear. You know what I mean? Like a
Hey, Silver Tremor.
relatively popular white rapper.
I'm gonna be honest. Of the rappers that could be considered underground that I listen to that are like modern, they have styles that I'd say are generally not the most easy to replicate. Of the relatively few that I listen to.
I'm thinking like, do you know Grim Salvo?
No.
It's actually my profile picture. He's like an underground, well, not underground, but he's like very unknown still.
Yeah. Well, it's like
He's mixing like heavy metal and rap together, like really
Bro is-
piercing screams and shit. Actually
bro is.
pretty cool.
I was gonna say bro is on that 2003 new metal grind set.
Yeah, but like modernized, heavy bass and like trap, like scene things going in there. It's actually really cool.
I'm gonna be
But
honest.
yeah,
That's
it is very much reminiscent of the
Yeah.
metal era. music.
it's like inspired by that same kind of idea, I imagine.
Yeah. Or like new metal has gotten a lot of critique, and I think out of all the takes I agree with, or I don't agree with, one is pretty universal. I feel like I think Fantano talked about it. He said basically saying that new metal has really standout artists like Slipknot, not System of a Down, they're not really new metal, but you get what I'm saying. Standout artists, but there's a lot of trash mixed in from that era that you just don't remember them because, you know, they're pretty much forgotten.
Thank you, Yellow Pill, for the follow. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of missed the new metal era because it was like just before me.
That was like, well, new metal itself was already popular by the time I was born. Like that was probably the biggest time of it, like 2000, right?
Yeah.
But because my dad was huge into those artists, like he came from, you know, the late 60s, early 70s rock, so like Led Zeppelin, that kind of thing. And he actually adapted to it and also loved new metal for a while. He got me into some of my favorite bands. And then like I'm pretty sure he owns a signed copy of Volume 3 by Slipknot. So he has, I think, the DJ, their vocalist, and some of their guitar players on the disc.
Okay. Bogey, I'm doing good.
So he's hugely into it. Sorry?
I was just saying in chat because someone asked how I was doing.
Oh yeah. I should
Yeah.
probably also your stream after all of it.
Yeah. I think he is now no longer an LA douchebag. But
Those glasses though.
yeah, with these glasses, he's close.
Are those gunners? What the fuck?
I have no clue.
Those are even worse. Okay. Get the red ones. The red like circular.
I swear
They actually
there's
don't look that bad, I don't think.
I swear there's a guy I keep seeing in like my recommended who like on like YouTube. It's either in videos or shorts that look just like this with the round glasses. I can't think of his name though.
I don't know. Like that look makes me think of Matrix era, like glasses maybe.
Yeah.
There's that Hack the Planet movie. I think one of them wears glasses like that.
Yeah. I could green screen his eyes out now. Oh.
Let's put like a PNG that goes across the screen versus like those Takes off
Yeah.
his sunglasses.
This is like the only thing he sees
And,
all
like,
day.
MLG montages.
Oh no, MLGs. Montage
Bro, you
parodies.
said he was gonna be the ultimate like LA douchebag influencer.
No LA
Parody.
douchebag knows what montage parodies are unless they're too old to be an LA douchebag.
I was gonna, bro.
You realize that was
Literally,
almost
like-
it's been almost a decade since those were big, right?
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
2013, 2012.
Now like 2013,
Shit.
2014 really, but and still even a bit into
Yeah, it was
2015.
like just before the commentary era. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
because like
'Cause a
half
lot of the commentary channels are or were MLG parody channels.
yeah, like the biggest one of which I think was Pyrocynical when he transferred over.
It's Pyrocynical and No Fuckers, I think, as well. He's
Yeah.
also an MLG guy.
Yeah.
There's also like YouTube Poop still going strong.
Actually-
Flying Kitty, for example.
I don't know if you watch him, but did you know that Schlatt actually started making montage parodies? Or he didn't start, but like that's what he made back in then.
Honestly, it fits, I guess, the sense of humor, so I kind of get it. But no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I discovered him when he made the Minecraft tribute video,
Yeah.
which is a really good video, by the way.
Oh yeah. I think this is acceptable.
Let's see.
Pick a junker to restore.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, he looks better than I thought. Get the Sylvia.
Could no. I'm okay. Well, what am I feeling?
Beat the Kuntak, bro.
I kind of don't want like something as good as a Countach yet, so I'm just debating between these two right now. I know that this is definitely the most picked car in this game.
You could go with the Charger. It's a 69. Looks really good.
Yeah.
But then again, it's a muscle car. I don't know how they handle it.
Yeah. To be fair, it is also gonna be like, if I remember right, it's gonna be like stolen at some point.
Oh. Oh, yeah. That might be true, actually.
Yeah.
Well, then pick whatever you want. Be stolen, like, for the most.
Yeah.
Out of all those.
Yeah, if I remember right. Yeah, we got the Bangor tracks from the Papega mod. Yeah, I cut off the in-game music because I'm trying not to get copyright claimed today. Or at least whenever I put the VOD up.
Yeah. I have the stream music anyway. Because if I'm in a cold, you don't hear double.
Actually, let me turn down the stream music a little bit. Like that. There we go. Yeah. Alright, finally driving this thing.
Thank God. Glory.
Whoa, she's fast, yes.
Corner coming up.
I see it.
I can't tell if it's just because it's a muscle car and like, whoa, turn and tap brake to drift moment. Oh, I don't like how that feels. I just don't like brake to drift feeling in general.
I don't. Like, that's essentially why I stick to older. Like,
Yeah.
much more. Or Pro Street. Pro Street has really nice timing. Despite
Oh.
the bouncing car.
Oh yeah, unless you go to Nevada, then it's
Nevada is AIDS, but like, it really depends on the
Glad
car.
I got the handling right.
You see
Yeah.
who driving the First King. Or no,
Test out the knob.
the muscle car basically. That thing flies in Nevada.
yeah. I usually prefer to tap gas.
Then
That's
again,
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, you can just not like basically have the foot down constantly. That makes it so much
Smell
easier
like
to
victory
control.
when we cross that finish.
Yeah.
And usually you'll still
Grade
be
A
ahead.
confidence.
You blame me?
Yeah.
This car's straight fire, yes.
Those months of hard work paid off.
We've been watching the scene.
So there's one thing I'm gonna do real quick. There we are.
For so long, can't believe we're finally getting the chance to race.
Oh,
There we go. We can actually get to whatever's supposed to be going on in this game. Are we gonna race already?
Damn.
No? Okay.
Look at that. Lakeshore Street Racing Community on display.
Yeah, nothing like a game
play.
about racing where you don't race the first
We're off the
20
bench
fucking
and
minutes of the
game.
game.
Have you ever played Forza Horizon 5?
I've never played Forza. No, not even the motorsport one.
Oh, dang.
Curiously though, I have played, what's it
Our
called, the
baby is
Microsoft one,
holding her own.
that
Do you think we'd ever do this?
Forza
On the
basically
sidelines with
replaced.
Anita, watching all these races.
I always dreamed, but
Well?
now we
It's
see
the one with like the
streets,
showcase
us in the
inside
car.
the, like,
It's
look at the
freedom.
cars,
Pretty deep.
details about it.
Usually you're all just, hey bro,
Like
pass me the
PS2,
Twitter.
no, it was like Xbox era maybe.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Crazy some paint.
Oh.
What do you mean supposed to be?
This thing really likes to understeer, unless it's just the physics in general, which I'll just need to get used to.
They were jaywalking anyway.
I think the biggest
Believe
weakness
Rydell
of
gave
the
us a
muscle
junkie
cards
and turned her into this.
is the way
boss
weight is
thinking, letting
working
her rust
in
the
that game.
garage?
He was gonna work.
Yeah.
You can get crazy acceleration, but you'll still have a hard time in acceleration.
We're
The
gonna
cars
do
are so
Rydell's
heavy.
rides proud.
Yeah.
Garage on the map.
It just... I was gonna say that earlier. I noticed, like, the car takes a minute for, like, an input. I was trying to figure out whether that was the physics or just the fact that it's a muscle car.
I don't know. Is there an FPS cap on the game?
No, I don't think so. It's at least running at 60, I'd assume higher, but I haven't really fiddled with the graphic settings too much. If I remember right, it could be the physics.
Yeah. Like, if you're running at 60 input rates, you shouldn't.
Damn, we got some cops.
Yeah, because I've got a 165 monitor.
Set her attack dogs on some real criminals.
They're fast.
Lose the cops at the bridge, quick.
Oh yeah. But, like,
What now?
I'm pretty sure that like higher. Oh no.
Yeah.
Higher FPS generally is better, even though you don't, even if you don't have a higher refresh rate.
Yeah.
It does make the controls more snappy, although much more noticeably so when you have a screen that can show.
It's all in the
Yeah.
reflexes.
Who knew you had 'em? Nice driving, seriously.
And maybe I should get back in the Horizon competitive scene now that I have a higher refresh rate monitor.
Blake ain't ready for this. There will
Although actually,
Horizon.
street racing community.
wait, what?
We're making a splash.
What were you gonna say?
No, I don't want to.
Already?
No, it's your
Didn't take
screen,
long
man.
for
Go
Blake
ahead.
to notice.
I was gonna say, I actually know in Horizon 5, you can actually get different levels of performance by just purely based on what setup you have. And I don't mean like, oh, if you can be faster with higher FPS. I mean literally, you can have two builds that get the same frame rate, but for whatever reason, you can be not a lot, but a measurable amount quicker just by having a different setup.
So like performance tuning, because obviously installing faster parts.
Oh, let me do one thing real quick. Discord. Where is Discord? There's Discord. I need to turn up Discord a little bit if I can. Nope, it's already maxed. Yeah, because you were a bit.
Get it in volume.
There was quite a difference on the same track. Yeah. Like on Horizon 5, there's literally... I think they found out that actually... maybe it's a thing that Forza does to compensate for being faster with higher FPS, but they made it to where, like, generally, actually worse setups are ever so slightly quicker. And it's only in, like, straight line performance, because there's a group that I'm in that has like a bunch of tests for people, like testing their skill, and I kid you not, one of their tests is a straight line, like it's basically just a drag race, but everyone's in the same car, and they tested it and found that certain setups in a straight line can be about I think they had a deviation of like a second faster, even if it's the same person.
I mean, in a straight line, that
Like I
is
said,
a measurable
people are putting
difference. It's
serious
like,
money on the line.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
that was like
Huh.
it was like a 20-second drag race and like a second of deviation between like
5% faster. Like,
yeah.
That's pretty
well,
fucking
what you
good.
think, boss?
Oh, we got a chat bot. Hold on, give me a second. Let me just kind of ban. There we are.
Wings of Redemption moment.
Yeah.
What?
What's the most like well-known Wings of Redemption quote?
The lake better watch out.
Probably the he gets like look here, listen. Like it's something about him appearing offline doesn't stop people joining his game,
Oh yeah.
which is real. Like they can just join the game of whatever person he's in the lobby with. He doesn't really have a way to avoid it, but
Yeah.
it's just the way he says it.
Yeah.
It's gasoline talk.
Also, hey,
But legit. Oh, sorry.
no, you good. Hey, be the wheel man. Yeah, we're just kicking out bots on. You know how it be.
En masse, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's a
You
cool
have
thing.
always said
I
I'm
thought
an
we'd share,
excellent
you
judge
know?
of character.
Yeah.
What? You don't trust me?
But can we talk about like Wings? His story. He's obviously in many ways a prick towards his audience and people. But at the same time, given what he goes through, I can't really blame him. Like I would have very
Is he
little
ready?
patience at his point as well.
Telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Tonight's the night. All she needs is a name.
Also, something I was gonna mention earlier. When did? To be fair, I guess Need for Speed always tried to do this in some way, but why does Need for Speed like feel the need to be quote edgy, but in the dumbest way possible?
That's a good question. But what I will say is that it has worked for them in the past. Like, Most Wanted, the cutscenes, style of the game, everything is so overly ridiculously
I don't
fitting
mean
for the era.
I don't mean ridiculous. I mean like
It's like really cringe.
I don't mean like a ridiculous or just like screwing around kind of thing. Like I joined in this game and the first thing I heard was like uncensored rap lyrics, which I don't have a problem with, but I'm like, this is a Need for Speed game.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, it might just be a product of the time, right?
Yeah, cause like literally,
Adult ratings for games doesn't really matter that much today.
also true.
Download them on Steam.
But like I have like classic memories. Pull up like Underground 1, and they literally play Get Low, but they still censor it, which is also the
Yeah.
funniest thing ever to me. Censoring Get Low.
I think it has more to do with the fact that now you might disagree, which is obviously fine, but Need for Speed games today don't have any identity at all. None.
Oh yeah, someone literally just said that. They put the question is what is Need for Speed? It varies depending on what you ask.
Yeah, and like I feel like Unbound is like the only sort of aesthetic choice they made in the game was the art style thing, which is cool, but it's essentially just Payback, but with a new skin on it.
Yeah.
Which nobody cares about the story.
So,
I feel like what they
let's talk
should
about
do
my raise.
is focus every bit of development on how the game feels to play,
What got
sensation of speed, controls, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All the other stuff, like yeah, the story in Most Wanted sucks. It's so stupid. And, like,
Yeah.
really cringeworthy, but
the jazz
the game is fun. I don't really care.
Yeah. The based opinion is the game's story is the worst thing ever, and it's hilarious.
I mean, it's kind of like watching a movie that isn't meant to be a comedy. It's a comedy.
It's like watching The Room.
Yeah, like it's bad, but you can get some enjoyment out of it. So
Yeah.
that's fine.
I'm
I
trying
tend
to.
to judge movies on how much fun I have watching them, not how good they are.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest. One of my favorite movies of all time. Not of all time, but like one of my favorite movies, especially when I was younger, even though I know now it's not really like a good movie by most definitions, is the B Movie.
To be fair, even though it's silly as fuck, it's still a really good movie. Has some good comedy as well for what it is.
Yeah.
Need I remind you? You like jazz?
Yeah.
That unironically is still hilarious to me today. Like,
It's not as funny as
probably-
it's not as funny as it was to me.
oh no, it wore off a bit, but like it still has decent comedy. Like, and especially since it was meant for kids.
Yeah. I also
Also, the Here Comes the Sun cover is really good.
was it. They did a cover of Here Comes the Sun.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, when the bees basically get peace with humans.
Oh.
Fly around. There's a cover of Here Comes the Sun that's really good.
The only one I remember is I don't know the name of the song, but it was like Sugar Honey Honey.
Sorry? You cut out.
It was whatever one went like sugar dun 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 dun. That
Oh, honey, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Da, 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 da.
that's the one that I remember. I guess
I don't know what it's called, but yeah, I do know what you mean.
I guess I can't really change much because I broke. Oh, I can change the color.
I'll go on the record, okay? And I will
Beige.
die on this hill. Gen Z and the generation before that, mostly, they have the epitome of hit shows. Like, late 90s to early 2010s. And a little bit after that. Best. Absolutely the best.
Why are you
release.
playing this shit?
Content, and also to see if it's any good. But if
Uh,
but if anyone asks, content.
you know what? I can understand content-wise, but to see if it's shit, I can give you a quick and easy answer. It's horrible.
Well, I'm finding out for myself.
I think the general opinion is if you don't like Payback, you're not going to like this. Because they're essentially the same game.
Which is funny, you'd consider Criterion making the game would be better than Ghosts, but somehow, no.
I feel like the Ghost era of games focused way too much on graphics and less so on the gameplay. and fun
You got
gameplay.
cool whip achievement.
I got what?
I don't know, it said cool whip, and that's it.
Oh,
Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H? Cool whip.
Whip.
Croatian accent moment.
No, it's just you remember that Family Guy meme. We're fucking yeah, it's cool whip.
If it makes you feel better, I can say it again. But in a different accent. Cool whip.
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 Indiana Jones's weapon of choice is a whip.
All right.
Whip.
A cool whip.
What is Indiana Jones' favorite weapon? A whip.
Oh yeah, sound tuning from Heat. I genuinely, to be fair, the sound tuning thing that is a very cool idea to me. It's not like a game changer or anything, but that is like a cool idea to me.
I
Oh,
actually
yeah,
like
it-
that, yeah.
Yeah.
People that do it.
Hey, Rydell.
I wish like they did it like how Horizon. Well, actually no, I think they did. Didn't they do it to where like different engine upgrades change the sound in Unbound?
I don't know about Unbound, but I'm pretty sure he did that.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been a thing for a long
We'll just
time.
find something when we get there.
You haven't been able to tune it specifically, but
She's
like
joking,
most one
she's
that I'm playing, you can tune or putting upgrades on the car doesn't make it sound
Humbly.
like
Don't mind us.
I just absolutely destroyed a Challenger.
Somebody-
First meetup is racers. You ready?
Just be cool, alright? We gotta look like we know what
Just
to
ran
do.
over
There'll
somebody,
be
I
some
think.
big players there today.
Yeah.
Don't hang with us if we look
Just
basic.
much more.
Alright, alright. I mean, good enough,
In,
right?
in a game
Our
that
ride has to match our ambition. It needs to
you
look
think
the
would be
part.
more family friendly, you can however fucking people in a licensed Ford
Just hang with your
Dodge
girl. I
Charger
know what's up.
Challenger.
Yeah.
Where does this game take place?
Chicago.
Okay.
Wait, where is it?
TLDR in a shithole. Just go forward, yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
I genuinely like whenever I first made my character, I called him Average LA Douchebag. Hey Silva.
I've never seen a meetup this packed before. Better get your game face on.
Yeah.
To be fair, before I put his drip on him, he did look like Average LA Douchebag.
If there's like a way to write something on them, write like a TikTok or some shit like that. Like
Right, what?
a TikTok.
But that's
username.
only in multiplayer. I think.
Run around promoting your TikTok while driving that thing.
Oh,
You
actually,
can put it on a car, yes.
that reminds me. I almost tried to put a sponsor on this stream, which I didn't know was a thing I could do. But then I saw what it was, and I was like, one, I don't know if anyone would download that, and two, it'd be really funny if I'd got it.
I'm feeling the pressure.
Listen, now you know if you get a sponsor for Need
Welcome
for
to
Speed
Lakeshore. You have
Unbound video, you can always record footage with sponsor
I'll
on the
hook
front
you.
of the
I'll
car.
hook you up with a Raid Shadow Legend sponsor, bro.
Guess who it was?
keep up with them.
Oh really? There's no way.
To be fair, no, it wasn't through me though. They weren't like directly contacting me. It was through Stream Elements.
Oh yeah. So like an inbox basically.
Yeah.
Like an automated system that asks
Yeah,
the person.
and it was like, it was literally, if you do it, we'll give you like $25, but if anyone actually downloads it, we'll give you like 500.
Long time coming.
And I'm like,
Say minimum,
bruh.
did it say minimum amount?
That's what I'm talking about.
it said like base.
Just
I would say if you're gonna sponsor something, don't go with a what do you call it? I mean, it depends, but I wouldn't go with like a partner program, like an affiliate program sponsor. Just get the bag, and then
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you
maybe
know-
that's an extra.
You know that's how most sponsorships are, is like affiliate stuff, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just think about it like this: if you have a following that like checks in, like put it this way: if you look at your YouTube channel, you basically have to ensure that the video you put the sponsor on is at least like somewhat going to be somewhat popular. If the affiliation thing is to go by.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much like power you have to negotiate at your following.
Well, it's also because my channel does not at all show consistency in terms of views.
I'd argue the opposite.
Okay. What are
Do you want to hear why?
Why?
Okay, so if we assume that your era of starting YouTube now is the Togi video, right?
Yeah, which in a
So-
practical sense it is.
8 videos since the Togi video, and you've racked up what? Like,
1.6 million views.
yeah, a little over 1.6 million views. 8 videos.
That meetup
There are
felt
people who have
weird.
been uploading for literally years that have not gotten close to that on any video.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have a vested interest. I think the biggest thing you could do to like keep growing is to obviously keep posting.
Yeah.
Looking cool.
So,
I'm telling you, when I'm
Yeah.
running
don't
those
let
meetups,
procrastination ruin you.
When you're running.
Oh no, like
I'm not gonna
procrastination for this, at least for the time being, isn't really an issue. The issue is I'm not sure like my environment around me is going to let me continue to do this as much as I want. Because I'm not even 18 yet. Like I don't even there's a lot of things that I literally can't even do that I want to do because I'm just not 18.
Because a city is only as strong as
Right.
its foundation.
You gotta wait
is
for
there
that.
has there been any trouble with like getting the money or does
Yes,
there
because
not
I
be-
can't set up a PayPal account because I'm not 18.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like banking is probably gonna be a bit of a
Yeah,
trick.
I haven't. There's been a couple opportunities for stuff that I like. Literally, did you watch my Q&A video?
Yeah.
Car's looking good.
You remember whenever I mentioned at the end that I worked on a video for someone else?
Like yeah, I think you mentioned like some
when you
editing
work on-
essentially. And
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually is gonna pay me for that. The only thing is, he would have already paid me, but I don't have a PayPal for him to pay me through.
wait, where is he from?
Bosnia.
Bosnia.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if he's American, like maybe Venmo. I don't know if they have a age limit,
Yeah.
but
No,
Yeah.
it wouldn't work. The only legit way that you could do this from, somewhere like you're in the middle of compact Europe to America is pretty much PayPal or I don't know, fucking cryptocurrency or something like that.
Just like Telegram.
Exactly. Worst
But
case
Minor,
scenario, he can buy
you,
Oh shit. Oh, sorry about that.
Minor,
less,
the
yeah.
guy who's paying you, the guy from Boston, how much is he paying you?
I didn't really like do
I
it for a lot of money, so I think it's like 40 or 50.
Well, what you could do, I don't know if
He's
you
paying
really
how
need
much?
any other.
Like 40 or 50.
Motherfucker, I need to get him to. I need to edit for him. Goddamn.
No, like 40 or 50
When I
bucks.
When I was
Not like
editing-
40K. What did you think I was talking about?
Oh, 40K.
I
No.
know,
If he's not
I
accepting a
know.
rate of duration, he's not
Listen.
gonna-
Listen, $40 in your country is what? One hamburger. $40 in here, you can eat for 5 days with that money.
To be fair, yeah, that was something that I realized because I talked with him, and I was like, because I mentioned him how much I've made off my videos so far, and because I'm also trying to make enough to where like I can show my parents being like, this is actually an job and not just screwing around. But right
I don't
now,
think you're gonna convince them it's a job, but you could convince them that it's worth the time you're putting into it at first.
technically I already have done that to an extent. But like that's like it definitely has the potential at this point, especially if I get like more consistency with my videos, then I think it's very possible.
Evening news. My dough would blow a gas.
I
Oh,
think
like,
the
yeah,
biggest thing
by the way,
be careful with is burnout. Essentially, just sticking to topics that you enjoy.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, like,
not getting too caught up in the will this perform well or not. So,
yeah. Well, the thing is, and I described this before to some other people. Excuse me. Whenever I make a video, here's my division of how I think, like, what I think about whenever I'm making a video or coming up with a video idea. It's 70%, do I want to do this? 20%, would I personally enjoy watching whatever this is? And 10%, would other people enjoy watching it? So only 10% of my mind is thinking about how the video is going to perform.
I'd say that's
don't
good.
forget, don't forget, yeah, don't forget to kill hidden 1% of the YouTube algorithm shitting all over you.
What'd you say?
Oh, blessing you. Don't forget the fucking hidden 1% of YouTube algorithm that can hit you with bless or curse.
Oh yeah, I'm always thinking about that kind of stuff. Like when it comes to, like, music choice, I have to make sure like that I don't get copyright strikes, and with titles and thumbnails, I have to make sure everything's right.
Oh, that doesn't work. I checked it, I tried that. One video where I posted, no copyright claim. Other video, same music, 3 copyright claims.
I don't think the
I
issue
don't
is claimed
simply know.
necessarily. I think I remember like the biggest YouTubers have had issues where instead of getting claimed, they get striked. And if you get more than I think it's 3 strikes or more, then I think
Yeah.
your channel's out. Which you
Yeah,
can
3
get back,
strikes
but
and
it
you're
might
down.
take some time.
You get a warning, then 3 strikes. How do I know that? I tried to make a tutorial on the bunny hopping video on Need for Speed Most Wanted. I mentioned the Google zip file of the game. YouTube just went, eat shit. Gave me
I
a
mean, yeah,
community
essentially,
guideline
Yeah.
strike
Like
Yeah.
if you're,
for
a download for the game is technically like infringing on the right they have because you're not buying the game.
Yeah.
It's pretty much impossible to
Technically-
do that.
it is, but the game can legally drink, at least in Europe.
I actually wouldn't know. I don't have any experience trying that, but I imagine it would be a legal nightmare to post a link to any like
I mean,
unofficial
Edna
download
posted
for the
a-
game.
I was-
He's best in Eden. I don't know if you watch him. He made a tutorial on how to make Gran Turismo 4 look stunning, beautiful, okay, with new textures.
Oh yeah, with
Community
mods,
strike.
right?
Yeah.
Also,
Right.
I actually was doing that yesterday. He didn't mention that you need the nightly version of PCSX2, and I was sat there for like 10 minutes trying to figure out why it wasn't working.
Oh yeah, you need the new one with the cool UI.
Yeah, you need like the most, yeah, because I have the most recent stable version, but not the most recent version
Ah,
in general. So like,
yeah, that makes it.
But like, if you look
Okay.
at the Redux mod for Most Wanted, which overhauls graphics and stuff, that's what I'm playing right now.
wait,
The
what do
mod
I?
doesn't include the game files. You have to find those on your own.
I think I missed something because I don't know what to do right now. I think I may have missed something because the only two options I'm seeing is to go and drive over to this. But then I drove over to that. But I drove over to it and all it has is this one. Wait a minute. Never mind. I see. Okay. I didn't see the other event they had there.
Yes. Oh, what? You need money. Ah, you're missing $1,000. You need to buy it. It's a buy-in event that costs 4,000.
Yeah, but there's another buy-in event that costs 0 that I didn't notice.
Yeah. Oh.
What?
But Miner, I can tell you this much, right? I think I may have posted this on the Decline of Gaming video you made, or Racing Games, sorry.
Yeah.
Basically saying that essentially what drew me to your channel was presentation stuff. I think I compared you to Empleman and...
Oh yeah, M's a big influence on my style.
I figured, yeah. And like the Squid is another guy. I don't know if you've seen him. He does
This
videos on
the
cars
Squid,
and history.
I've watched him. He's probably not a big influence, but there's a lot of creators that I've watched who I just kind of like. I do enjoy their content, and any bits of influence I might get from them are more like from my subconscious, just kind of like thinking about little bits and stuff. But like they're not a creator that I immediately can think of, because some moments, like while I'm editing certain parts of a video, I'll be like, what does this remind me of? And I'll go and watch a video from another creator that I know is very similar, or did like a bit or made an edit that I'm really thinking about putting in, and I'll literally go and watch the video and be like, okay, I'm gonna put my spin on this moment.
Right.
But the Squid usually isn't a creator I do it with too much.
I think he wouldn't transfer well into the content because he just does cars. I don't think he does any video game like content really.
He doesn't, but I did find he actually does, like, he's inspired by a good number of the same people I am, because I don't know if he still does, but he had a public playlist of, like, videos that he really enjoyed, and a bunch of them were the same ones that I had watched, like, in racing games and other creators in the space. Like, I don't know if you've seen him. Have you seen a video called Need for Speed: A Brief History?
Oh, Noodle?
Yeah, by Noodle.
Oh yeah, the animated guy.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah, me and Squid both liked that video.
I think Noodle actually, he has a really, I'm gonna plug it out here, because Noodle has a really good video on the differences between animating in 24 FPS and 60.
Oh yeah, that's his biggest video. I watched that years ago. I've been watching...
Makes a really compelling case for lower FPS animation. And
Yeah.
very much discredits a lot of the awful upscaling you see.
Yeah.
being made.
I've been...
Upscaling is completely fine for like older stuff where it doesn't matter that much, like concerts, for example.
Yeah.
2000s. That makes sense because it just makes it more clear. But for animation, it's different.
Yeah. I remember he even gave the example of, like, especially stuff like sports footage, where you want, like, a quick slow-mo. And I remember he played a clip of, like, F1 cars, and it looks great, because that's a very physical movement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when there's a physical movement like that, then it's good.
I also
Be in
don't know
a
if you guys
higher
have, like,
frame rate.
photography at all, but capturing F1, like, capturing racing in general is pretty fucking difficult.
Yeah,
Because
I'm...
you need a camera with a really good autofocus and zoom and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not, like, the biggest photography guy, but, like, I know the basic stuff when it comes to,
Yeah.
like, different things. I actually watched a video while I was researching for my Ken Block video from a guy who was basically... I don't know if he was, like, on the Hoonigan team, but he was, like, one of their most used photographers, like, for photo shoots and things.
Yeah, he might just be contracted, but
Yeah.
possibly he's been contracted a lot. for
Yeah,
Hoonigan.
like, he knew the guys, but, like, he might not have technically been on the team, necessarily.
That's not unusual, though.
Yeah.
Especially for me.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I mean, Hoonigan was more than that, but they're mostly
yeah. I'm surprised, granted no one's seen the video to actually comment about this, but I'm surprised no one was like, wait, hold up, whenever I said Ken Block was technically like one of the world's first influencers.
you make a
I've seen it.
compelling case
And
for it
you're-
for sure.
Yeah,
I would say
Yeah.
he's definitely one of the first motorsport influencers.
yeah,
Influencers in general,
To be
I would stop short of that. But yeah, for
Yeah,
motorsport,
to be-
essentially,
to
yeah,
be-
that's basically him.
yeah,
Frank, influencer. The word influencer has lost all its meaning nowadays.
yeah. That's why.
It's been tainted.
Everybody's technically an influencer.
That's why I put like specifically online influencers.
I mean, I think influencer to me means, I mean, look at Ken Block, right?
Yeah,
He basically had an influence for the subject matter he made videos about. Like a lot of the categories of driving, he basically pioneered them because of the influence he had making videos and stuff.
yeah,
Today, influencer can mean more or less anything.
yeah,
If you if you influence a situation where there'd be something commercial or just in general, like popular wise, yeah, it's more or less the same. You could argue someone doing like, you know, Yeet, for example, technically is an influencer because it's a meme that's gotten really far reaching like that.
yeah,
I guess it just depends on how you define influence. Like, when is it, you know, noteworthy, essentially?
yeah.
And when is it just, okay, well, memes come and go, right?
That's like I've joked a couple times. Like I'm almost at the stage where I'm officially an internet micro celebrity influencer.
I think the biggest indication of that is getting noticed by, wasn't it, didn't Eden?
Oh yeah, literally,
Videos?
literally, I made that decline video. Eden, Kuru, Dove, Muye, and those are like creators that I was watching before I even made that video, and have like tens, if not hundreds of thousands of subs, and they saw me on the first big video I had, really.
Yeah. That's gotta be like, at
I
least
got-
a pattern of recognition.
Yeah,
Be recognized by your peers. and
Yeah.
Them commenting saying you have a nice video.
yeah, oh yeah,
I mean, getting comments from big content creators is just usually always like a heartwarming thing, I guess.
Super encouraging.
The best one I got, I don't know if you watch him, but I'd say, well, not the best one, but one of the like most interesting ones that I got was from Muye, who's a big creator in the Beam and G space. If you know him.
Yes.
He actually,
Funny Italian man.
yeah, he literally commented this. He commented saying, "I've been thinking about doing a video like this, but you did this better than I could have."
Yeah,
That is good.
that's a good endorsement. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's very nice. That's very nice of that person to do.
You might have actually seen his other video, which I imagine if he made a Decline of Racing Games video, he'd do it similar to this one. He made a video on the sense of speed in racing games.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was well put together.
Yeah.
Literally, that phrase is why I love Most Wanted so much.
Oh yeah.
When I go fast in Most Wanted, I feel like I'm actually going fast.
It just
It's
feels so
very-
aggressive.
It's very immersive, like the camera shake and all that. That would make sense if you were in a car going like fucking 300 miles an hour.
Yeah. But now you can feel that in an IS-200 because sure.
Fucking
Ugh.
driving sim port of Most Wanted win. Legit.
Yeah. Also, I don't know
Like,
if you
Sorry?
I don't know if y'all can tell, but I am a bit stuffed. Ugh.
Stuff?
Your stuff, I just finished eating 2 minutes ago.
No, I mean like your boy a bit sick.
Oh.
Ah,
Yeah.
skill
Your
issue.
voice sounds
honestly.
fun though.
To be I've noticed that my voice doesn't change that much unless I'm really sick. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but you watched the Toge video, right?
Yeah.
I had, like, the worst sore throat I had had in, like, half a year while I was recording the audio for that. But you literally can't tell.
Sounded-
Yeah, honestly, I don't pay attention to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
In videos, really. Like, I remember there's some, you know, Oni NG.
Oh, yeah, I
He's,
know
like,
Oni.
Animation
Ah,
circle
Oni.
of friends.
Yeah.
Zach, one of the guys. He has.
Oh
the-
god, Zach.
He has a strange voice to most people, but
Yeah, Zach
for
has
his
one of
type
the-
of content and comedy, it works. It's fine. It doesn't really.
Yeah.
impact it.
But you know what makes it funnier? When you see Zach in person.
Yeah,
And then
he
you
doesn't
compare
match his
his
voice
voice to him.
whatsoever.
Oh,
He does not sound how he looks.
Not
really?
even a little bit.
How would you imagine Zack look like? Just tell me.
I haven't heard his voice in a minute, so I'd need to do that first.
Yeah. But he just looking at him. Oh my God, he just looks way different.
Yeah, he
Uh,
he, he
which is
doesn't
cool,
look at
it's-
all like what you would expect. He just looks pretty. I don't know.
When I
blended in,
when
guess.
I first he looks very normal compared to himself.
Ugh, excuse me.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. He sounds strange, but he's funny and he doesn't really look strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people don't really care in any way.
Zack is the backbones of the Oni Plays group.
I need
Not
to
just that.
I need to
It's
watch
on
more
Smiley
Oni.
Friends.
I'm gonna be honest. I need to watch more Oni.
Watch Smiley
Yeah.
Friends. It's such a good
Oh, I need. I
Oh,
know I need to do that.
They're working. I'm pretty sure they're working on season 2 because Zack is not in the Oni Plays videos.
yeah.
Like that was the same thing for like when first season of Smiling Friends was making. Zack had a big hiatus.
You know what I feel like? I'm gonna go on record and say that shows like Smiling Friends, like you've probably maybe seen the history of why Simpsons and Family Guy were so of significance in that time. Because TV and stuff was very sterile, like a lot of family friendly, essentially. Worse so than today, and like
Oh yeah.
And I honestly, I'm gonna go on record and say that Smiling Friends and shows like it are gonna be the South Park and Family Guy Simpsons of this era. They match like younger people's sense of humor nowadays. I think that's
That
pretty
is
cool.
true.
Yeah.
One question: what is your favorite episode?
Probably the one where he, like, I forget what the episode's called, but where he goes to the princess with that
Ah.
weird ass guy following him.
My would be Zack. Charlie Goes to Hell.
That one's good too. His grandma's so funny.
I want some delicious hot candy.
All the clips I've seen of Smiling Friends just make it seem like I really need to watch the show. I don't know what his name was, but I remember I saw one clip where it was he just looked like I think it was like a red, like very thin, like small guy.
Ah,
And
Oh,
and
that's Alan. Yeah.
and all
Alan.
and all he did was he would just walk up to people and go and just like put his hands in their face and just screw with them for like a minute.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
that's not- that's not-
Alan.
yeah.
That's Jeremy.
That's
from the Hell
the
episode, yeah.
Jeremy from the Zack Dies episode.
Yeah, he would just yeah, he would just make like
Do that again, I'll punch you in the fucking stomach. I'm not kidding. And later he
Which-
does
Which
it.
he does.
and he punches him. He's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Fucking
I-
snort like the.
I fucking warned you, dude.
But legit, it's. I think it's basically Ego Raptor and Oni and G and Psychic Pebbles era of animation, like the Flash humor.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
But
Speaking of
backed by
Oni,
a show with funds and like a budget to make the show, I think that's amazing. Because being an
Oh, yeah.
animator on YouTube fucking sucks.
Or at least
You
it's
earn
starting.
basically no money.
Yeah, it's starting to get a bit better, but it also depends on what you do with your animation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I know it sounds quaint, but NSFW artists make so much more money.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Regular animators do.
Oh yeah.
You know what makes me physically recoil? When I see said artists post YouTube videos, I physically recoil.
I saw a comment. I know it's like a repost of a repost, but I saw a comment which was seeing seeing an R34 artist on YouTube is like seeing your drug dealer at Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually not even wrong.
Cops seem like they really want to talk.
But like, I feel like there are NSFW YouTubers who genuinely I find hilarious, but I don't give two shits about their NSFW stuff. Like Speedo Sausage, or I think it's
Ah,
called
Speedo is
now.
based.
He does NSFW, but
I
his
don't-
regular animation stuff on YouTube is fucking hilarious.
The Phoenix Wright one.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what that is.
On my own. What's up?
Objection, Your Honor.
Have you seen the
Make fun of me.
Critical, like Morse Critical animated? Old video.
I might have, but unless I'm thinking of, I'm thinking of, for whatever reason, when I heard Moist Critical Animated, the only video that came into my head was Meat Canyon.
Meat Canyons, yeah.
I'm
Wait,
thinking of
wait.
the Soko Wild, sneeze on red cheeks, knock
Wait,
on your neighbor's door.
I have a question.
What?
Didn't Speedo had like an event in Fortnite? Like where his videos were shown?
Fortnite? Oh no, I seriously doubt
I
that.
think he did.
He
he
collabed
did.
with what is it called?
No,
An artist.
No, yeah,
Scale?
he collabed with artists, right? So he did the animation, and I think that was showcased in Fortnite, and he had to redo everything to remove Kirby. Yeah, he
Oh.
did.
Yeah, he
That's
did with
it.
Pixel Galaxy, Snail's House. He made the music video for them.
Oh.
That thing got into Fortnite.
Oh really?
What a character arc from foreign artists to fucking Fortnite.
You say from, but he's definitely still making that.
On the Flash animation though, you want to know what I didn't expect? Y'all remember one of the old classic Flash animation, and I mean like E-Bomb's world, kind of like old. You remember Animator versus Animation?
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't it the one with
God.
the stick figures?
Yeah, that guy is massive now. Like
Oh, yeah.
he puts
Insanely popular.
yeah, like he puts out an animation every couple months, and they get like 30, 50, 120 million views. But they're like,
And
oh,
I looked into the guy, right? I will compare him to. Do you know who Grant Imahara is?
I've heard
yes,
the
I know.
name. I don't
Legend.
know that much about him.
He's
I
one of
don't
the
even.
guys.
I
from
don't even.
Mythbusters.
I
He's
don't
the
even know
Asian
him
guy.
from Mythbusters. I know him from BattleBots.
Wait,
The thing
Grant?
is, Grant Imahara,
Grant
the Asian
Imahara,
guy
one of
from
the.
Mythbusters, yeah.
Yeah, he died recently.
did.
Oh yeah.
But I looked
Yeah.
into his character. Turns out the guy is like an engineering genius. He
Yep,
could easily
engineering
have
genius.
a job for like working for MIT and make
He worked-
millions doing it. But he worked for Mythbusters because he thought it was more fun.
I'm
Based.
pretty sure he also did work on big movies like Star Wars.
He's done a lot of different stuff. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
find it funny that he could make so much, or rather he could. Not here anymore, unfortunately, he passed.
Yeah.
But I just have eternal respect for people who have the ability to make stats by doing something they're extremely good at, but don't because they'd rather do something they enjoy way more.
That is true.
Yeah.
Like, people say, obviously I wouldn't want to work for something I wouldn't like, but in his situation, there's no saying what people would do. A lot
Yeah.
of people just choose money. Because, yeah, it's less fun, but so much more money is what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And that reminds
Sometimes-
me of that animation guy, because he's done like also a bunch of industry work, like professionally, not just
Oh, yeah.
YouTube and content creators.
Who, Speedo? Jesus Christ.
No,
Oh,
the,
no.
I know.
no, the
Al-
animation
Yeah,
versus
I know.
animator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alan Becker.
It's like Kevin McLeod. Like I don't think he actually knows like fully to the extent of what his music actually does for the YouTube community.
What?
He has. You don't know Kevin McLeod?
Oh, Kevin McLeod?
Oh yeah, McLeod McLeod? I don't know.
I've heard everyone say McLeod, but it might be
Funny sneak-
McLeod.
I think
funny-
I've heard it so many times pronounced that. I'm just assuming it's that way. But,
Oh.
but yeah, he had a huge influence on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Because his music
Funny
is
sneaky
crazy
snitch
good.
music.
Average Vanos gaming moment.
No, like legit, he has such an incredibly big archive of music that's been used in
Oh, yeah.
so many different videos. Not just Vanos and stuff, like literally almost every YouTuber has used his stuff.
Oh yeah. Especially back in like 2012 to 2015 kind of time.
Yeah, like old YouTubers, OG guys, they've used it.
Oh yeah.
For sure. And they understand his importance.
You know what? I should probably grab some Kevin McLeod for video samples for music.
Yeah.
Just because it's so like classic at this point. It's not even like, oh, it's overused because everyone used it. No, it's just nostalgic almost.
People don't use it, like, there was an era where people used it ironically.
Yeah.
It's part of the joke, but nowadays people use it ironically and unironically.
Yeah, because it's not like it's bad music, and it's not like it's none. To be fair, no part of his music is offensive in any kind of way.
I mean, it's basically perfect for what it's meant to be. Background.
Yeah.
No lyrics, no nothing, just
Yeah.
straight up background music.
No,
Like
there's
some of the memes that have come out of it.
Yeah, there isn't anyone who is a certified Kevin MacLeod music hater. They might not like that a lot of people used his music, but like no one just despises all of his tracks.
Even people who don't like the music understand why it's used. It's copyright free. It's a very easy thing to put in. You don't have to worry about
Yeah.
any sort of like claim on the video or anything.
Yeah, another big
Pretty
one.
sure it's a really useful tool.
Yeah, actually, another guy who's actually sort of not as big as Kevin was, but has done a similar thing is Otis McDonald.
That does sound familiar.
He's the guy who originally created the Content Cop theme, although that was called Otis McMusic originally.
Oh, the what we do here is go back.
Yeah, he created that. He also created. Do you watch Dank Pods?
Oh, which one? Which music?
He-
Scarlet Fire?
Yeah, he's the creator of Scarlet Fire.
Yeah.
And he's also created a couple other songs for videos. Like y'all said, y'all were Emp watchers.
Yo, check out that.
Oh, I've seen Dank Pods. Yeah, I know this guy. I've seen his. I bought Raycon's video.
Brydell, where'd that come from?
The Rankans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also watch Ramp Lemon, yeah.
Y'all said did y'all watch his video on Leafy?
This'll make the car look dope for the race on Saturday.
No. The newest one, I think? No, I didn't have
No,
time.
this is from like 3 or 4 years ago now, but he did a video on Leafy, and in that video he actually used Otis McDonald's music near the end.
Ready to head out.
Oh,
Not spending all night here
just to
again.
rub it in, huh?
Yeah. Well, literally, he used. Actually, if you watch the video, he used a song that goes some or like has lyrics that basically say, "You don't want to know what's going on behind closed doors."
You know, the guy from that date. She's on.
What's up, Lakeshore?
I
No,
don't
that's
know.
a funny,
I feel like
respectable name.
I feel like with people like Leafy, and there are other examples as well. They've gotten to the point for me that obviously he's not around anymore, but when people talk about him and showcase his videos, his channel, that kind of thing, I look at him the same way I would like Gordon Ramsay. I understand why people are attracted to a guy being an asshole. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's essentially what he's doing. He's just fucking insulting people and stuff.
Yeah.
I
Speaking
get
of
that there's,
assholes.
You see the buy-ins
Sorry.
on some of these races?
Speaking of assholes, do we put a segue on the fight, the boxing event?
Like the YouTuber boxing
yeah.
events.
You mean Creator
Yeah.
Clash?
No, the KSI one, the Keemstar one. I don't know.
Wait,
Two
Keemstar has
certain
one?
Individuals that fought.
There
I think
was
it's
an
or
event.
KSI.
There
Also-
was an event where a bunch of personalities came. I think Korn was a
That-
I don't. All I know is I saw Wings of Redemption box, and he could definitely deck me in one shot.
I mean, yeah, I assume he's like 3 times your size in height and weight.
Height, not that much weight.
Wait, who?
Wings of Redemption. Chicken Wings of
I
Redemption.
mean, no, this.
Liquid
if he's
Richard.
really, really big, yeah, it will be hard to take him down, but it'll also be harder. for him
400
to get up.
pounds.
Yeah.
Like one good place punch,
No.
and he's not getting up.
No, have you seen his? Well, you didn't. His leg works. My man is fast. 400 kilo.
That's to be
400
fair.
pounds.
To be fair, what is scarier, having like 100-pound like small guy like running after you, or having an absolute unit just like chasing you down? Like you can hear on the ground shake as he is like sprinting, and he is fast. Like which would be more
Let me ask you
scary?
guys- Wait, let me
On
ask
one end
you
of
guys.
the-
Have you guys fought like either as kids or just like in general?
I
fought
am.
people?
I am from Balkan. I almost killed a guy by throwing a scissor at him and hitting him blade first in his eyebrow.
Bruh.
Bro is legit self-reporting. Didn't need that many details, but basically what I'm saying is, people who are big, whether it be, muscular or whatever, there's a reason you don't see a lot of these MMA fighters like bodybuilding in size. They're not that big because you need some, you need to be able to move.
Yeah.
And so someone like Wings, if he came at you or anyone else, as long as you can dodge his initial charge, I guess, he's gonna have
Yeah.
a hard time keeping up. You know what I mean? Like, just either
yeah.
move away, because he can't turn quickly enough to tackle you, I don't think.
I don't know. My man really did turn fast when he was decking Boogie 2988 in the face.
He punched Boogie?
Yeah, they were fighting. Boogie was his.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
It
Let
was
the biggest
honestly
man
quite
with the
hilarious.
praising win.
Yeah,
It
they were.
was honestly quite hilarious.
Bruh.
Let's see who is the largest, best winner.
The
Yes.
Blob versus the Slob.
There has to have been puns in that fight. No shot there wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil the match for the viewers / people interested. It was mad funny.
I
Fucking
imagine
Wings
so. I hope
making
so.
Rings
Like
making an
penguin.
entrance by rapping a fucking
Bruh.
white trash song. It was just hilarious.
What that reminds me.
It's the same with Wings though. What I was saying with Leafy. They're just not funny. They're just angry. That's their personality.
That reminds me
It's
though.
the same with Ramsey.
Whenever they were talking about who was gonna be in Creator Clash, was I the only one that recognized the name Froggy Fresh?
I also do recognize Froggy
Wasn't
Fresh.
he Jake?
He is.
He was,
no,
I think. What did you say?
Yeah.
He's like one of the OGs. I'm pretty sure.
I remember him back when he was Krispy Kreme, if I remember right.
Yeah, Krispy
That was
Kreme.
a great era of YouTube right there.
It really
And
was.
then they decided, fuck you.
Yeah.
banning him.
That was so old.
I'm not gonna lie. I might catch some flack for this, but I'm siding with IW on this one.
I'm not.
I
I'm
don't.
simply
know
not
why?
because
I don't remember the situation well enough to comment on it.
Essentially, people are mad that iDubbbz and Anissa Johnson, his wife, they run Creator Clash. They kicked them off because I think a few weeks running up to the event, he was training with what's his name, Sam Hyde,
Sam Hyde, yeah.
who has in the past very much been. I don't like the term hater, but that's what he is. The guy doesn't. He's really obsessed with them.
He's
and
a massive troll.
He's a
and,
troll. That's his thing.
Yeah.
And while I
And,
understand
you know,
that Froggy had worked a lot for the event, I still think that if this guy is buddying with a guy who's like calling your wife a whore, a slut, and that kind of thing, in that situation, would you go, yeah, we'll have him on the roster?
That is true.
Mm.
However, iDubbbz just cannot take trolls at all. He just cannot take it. He sucks at doing that. He's by getting Sam Hyde banned just proves that. Like
I think the issue iDubbbz had is that he grew up, but his audience didn't.
Yeah,
that
You know
is,
what
yeah.
I noticed
like,
that. I noticed that
He's
recently when
cultivated angsty teenagers who like to say anything offensive.
I'm assuming you also saw his interview with Padilla.
I might have actually, where he basically talked about his fans all being idiots. And,
Pretty
like,
much.
degenerate idiots, like most of them. Which I get that he shouldn't be insulting the audience, but is he wrong? Like,
Yeah.
A lot of the people freaked out when his wife announced she was doing OnlyFans. Like, who the fuck cares?
Like to
why is it your problem? I don't get it.
yeah, like to be
It's
fair,
because people have this image of him in their head, and when it gets broken, because he's more than just what they perceive him to be, they
Yeah.
get angry. That is childish
Yep.
as fuck. I don't blame him at all.
TLDR,
Oh, yeah. and I imagine he
a lot
probably
of,
had a lot of like ways to think about that as well. Because granted, I don't know how much communication they still have, but you do know the transformation that one of his friends from back in that time made, right? And like completely transformed his
yeah.
public image and his fan base.
Joji.
Yeah,
Oh, Joji. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, and like
I mean, Joji
he
still has a
completely.
little bit of a
I mean, yeah,
pink eye in him, I'd say.
but like he basically completely changed his public image to where now the majority of people that know who he is know him as Joji instead of Filthy Frank.
Yeah,
But like,
majority.
I think that's a good thing. I reckon
Yeah.
that, you know, especially since the content he made back then, and iDubbbz as well actually, was for that era of YouTube.
Yeah,
Like, think about it. If Joji or iDubbbz, or both of them, were still making that kind of content today, they'd be inundated with like accusations of, oh, you're offending this group, or you're taking advantage of these people and stuff like that, because it's edgy, it's reactionary content. But I'll say what a friend of mine said, because he put it really well. I'm sad that we lost Filthy Frank, but I'm not mad that we got Joji instead. 'Cause the
Yeah.
music is really good, to be fair.
Yeah, like I think about that
You
with
tell
the.
the guy what he does.
Oh yeah, I think about that with a lot of creators. Like when it comes to music, a big one that I think of is like Tyler, who did. What?
I do not know.
Tyler the Creator?
I can't.
Oh, him, yeah.
Yeah, because he did a very similar thing
He's
of.
another one of those. Yeah, he's another one of those internet celebrities from the early days. That influenced me.
Yeah, and he really
Much
like.
like you mentioned from Block was.
Yeah, and he like. That's also something else I realized is that Ken Block, yeah, Ken Block becoming massive and Tyler the Creator becoming massive are only like a year and a half apart. But to me, they feel like completely different times.
Oh yeah, but I think it's because they were on different sort of. I think Tyler mainly got popularity from shows and his website.
Kind of true, but also
Really did utilize YouTube a lot more.
I know individually. I haven't actually checked how big it was at the time, but I think didn't Yonkers have like like tens of millions of views in just like a few weeks or months?
Maybe, but back then YouTube and music wasn't the same thing as far as I know.
Copy that.
Yeah.
Like it was, you could put your music up, and it would be, you know, a decent way to gain popularity, but it wouldn't get people to click to other things you do, and, you know, maybe your website or whatever. It was still very much you know, you're in school showing your friends a video, you don't care about
Oh, yeah.
subscribing, not even make an account actually. It's a lot of people that did back then.
Well, that's what I did for a lot of my old videos. Like, I joked in my Q&A video that, like, there's only certain people that have been fans for the longest time. Like, literally, in my Discord, there are 4 people who have been subscribed to my channel for, like, 4 or 5 years. And including my dad, those are the only 5 people that I know have been watching my channel since before my current style of videos.
That's actually really wholesome that your dad is one of your first viewers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, your dad?
Yeah.
I can't get my dad to get on the internet. Well, let alone subscribe.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, I wouldn't be like making or like be as internet like focused as I am without a lot of the stuff what he did.
It reminds me of like, because the reason I'm still into shooters like Valorant, Overwatch, CS:GO, and some of them I've even competed in professionally at some point.
Yeah,
It's because when I was young, my dad got Unreal Tournament, played it a lot, and I joined, which is also why I've always been on PC. funnily enough.
ah,
But yeah, we played Unreal Tournament, and he was always shitting on me. He was always much better. But with time, I actually really improved. And I think the one time I beat him by, like, certified beat him, like, he was trying to win, and I still won as a young kid. I remember him telling me he was really proud and that I should keep going if I'm getting better like this. He was actually really encouraging about it, which is really cool.
yeah,
I know a lot of people's parents aren't, especially when it comes to gaming as a hobby. Especially in my age group, actually. Very much seen as a taboo thing back then.
yeah. Well, the thing that I've noticed with both of my parents is they both have almost the opposite way of thinking about this kind of stuff. My dad is, when it comes to this, extremely optimistic and is always saying, you should try this, you should do this, oh, why don't you try something like this? And the thing is, he doesn't know a lot about, like, what goes into making this kind of stuff, the kind of decisions that have to be made, or even, like, what I know works or what I want to do with this kind of stuff. And my mom, on the other hand, is only thinking about, like, the little life that I've showed her is always thinking about, well, is this stable? And if it's not, in any kind of way, then why even bother putting as much time as you are into it?
I reckon it's good and healthy to have both perspectives.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a healthy amount of both. So, you know, your mother wants you to have a safe option for what you're doing, you know? And your dad is optimistic about you being creative and doing it in your own way.
Yeah.
And I reckon if you need a balance, which you do, like if the
Oh,
music
yeah.
thing doesn't work out for a while, you do need a thing to fall back on, obviously. But you know, I think it's good to have both viewpoints, both perspectives.
Oh yeah.
Both of my friends are extremely pessimistic, so I don't even
My dad used to
don't
work
even
in
talk to
arcade.
them.
That's why.
To be fair, my dad
That's
is
the influence.
pessimistic about a lot of things. But since he's seen the kind of numbers that I can pull and knows like, cause he actually knows some YouTubers who are like already, they've like been doing it full time for years now, and he's talked with them about like what those kind of numbers, what that means. To be fair, I'm surprised with how many people he knows why he doesn't know more about like the kind of work and kind of decisions that have to be made with that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I guess he just never bothered to ask about how like the nitty-gritty details work.
I think the easiest way to sort of explain to people who maybe not have an idea of what music is like, landscape, I'd compare it a lot to music. The
Yeah.
only different, like you're basically reaching the same ways. You're trying to reach the same ways by either catering to a niche or talking about something that has an active audience looking for some videos on it.
Yeah.
With music, it's kind of the same. Like you're just looking for people who have the same sort of music style as you, and who want to make some music. It's entertainment at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's different in how you do it, but it's the difference between videography and discography, music.
Right.
Which, I mean, in that sense, the whole way of going about it isn't all that different. It's just a different subject.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least.
Yeah. I've also thought about that recently in term with different things. Like, I was talking with another YouTuber recently who's basically full time, and I was telling them how I think my next few videos, not like, well, I think just in like what kind of video I plan on doing next, I'm gonna do a couple of videos that I expect are going to do well. Because the thing is, I have a list of videos that I have that like, these are the ones that I want to make, and I went through that list and picked like 3 that I know can do pretty well, and those are probably gonna be the next 2 or 3 videos I make.
Yeah.
Just because.
I had an idea, and I've got like half the script and some editing done of a video I wanted to do
Yeah.
about music choices in old racing games.
Oh, yeah.
Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, Burnout, that kind of thing. So all those series have introduced me to a lot of the music that they do, and I love it to death and want to, share what I know about it.
Yeah.
I never finished it, and I'm not going to, I don't think. But again, it just shows that like that video, I googled or I looked for it. There aren't a lot of people talking about it. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's sort of the appeal, right? Is can
Yeah.
you do something that hasn't been done very much, but better?
Yeah.
Because once you have, I guess, your niche, it's not about finding other niches in general. I think more of what it's important growing is perfecting your niche. So making the types of videos you do, but the better.
Yeah.
Like, the more and the better you can do it.
That's also something I noticed with the last video. YouTube has decided my channel is a gaming channel, or a racing game channel more specifically, and they really don't want me to deviate much from that.
It might be
I
YouTube's
think-
way of saying this is how you stay within the algorithm. You have the
Yeah.
momentum, now stick with it.
Don't worry, I think I'm in the same ballpark.
The only reason I say that is because I've made 2 videos now about racing or racing drivers rather than racing games, and I originally chalked it up to that, oh, it's just a topic that like not many people are interested in, and then I made the Ken Block video, and I'm like, I know for a fact a lot of people who play Forza Horizon know who Ken Block is, and it's not unreasonable to say a lot of those views should transfer over, and they would have. The problem being, and I checked this happened to that video, because I checked it on my analytics, no one who saw the Decline video or the Forza video was recommended the Ken Block video afterwards. For about 5 days after the video came out.
The Ken Block video?
Yeah, no one after watching the Decline or the Forza video, no one was recommended the Ken Block video right after it.
You said
yeah.
5 days, but didn't you upload like 2 days ago?
No, it's been almost.
No, it's been a couple days.
It says 2 days for me.
Really?
But yeah, but what I wanted to say was that like I don't know if you remember this from your Decline of Games or even the Drift King Art of Toge and Fall of Horizon videos.
Yeah.
I remember because like I said, I found you at Toge. I remember when you released the racing video, and it took a while for it to blow up, didn't it?
It took
Didn't it take like a few months actually?
no,
before, like, the-
no, not even close. The Decline video, was I think it like I can check to be sure. No, it took a day. I think by the end of the first day, it was at like 70K. Because I know
I'd say before you get discouraged, wait for the block video to gain more traction.
I would say
It
I'm
also has a cool-
I would say I'm waiting, but
it'll
YouTube's
grow.
not. YouTube is not pushing that video to the people who would watch that video, which is the
Oh,
is
is
the
it
worst
flat-
part.
Did
I
it
think what-
flatline?
Yeah,
what-
it's
what
already
affects
flatlined.
it- What affects it the
Ah.
most, especially with longer videos, is watch time.
Oh yeah, the watch
Like-
time in it for its length, the watch time is great. Like the average,
That's a good sign.
yeah, the average
That's a really
view,
good sign.
yeah, the average retention is like 43%. So like, the average person watched like about like 43% of the way through the video. So its retention is really good.
I think what you need to consider is, like, you see this often being measured by, like, with dead YouTubers, is when they have, say, 500,000 subscribers, but they're only getting, like, 2K views.
Yeah.
Basically, look at it as how many views am I getting, and how many subs do I have. Right?
Oh yeah.
Because maybe like, you have 11K now, right?
Yeah.
So that's like what 10% of, but actually less than of the people who watch the Decline of Racing Games video. And that's not like, yeah, it's not a huge return, but that's not really something that happens with YouTube.
Yeah.
You don't usually just get like 50% of the people who watch your most popular video subscribe. That's not usually how it goes.
Oh, hold up for a
But
second.
watch time is very important.
Thank
A
you.
guy called D'Angelo Wallace, you might know him. He's a political desk or like Hassan Piker-esque, that kind of thing. He has, I think, 2 million on his main channel. He gets like 50 million views per video because they're so long.
Yeah.
And the more watch time people have on it, the more it gets promoted. And if your watch time for the block video is good, then I reckon you just need to be patient. It's gonna get more views essentially because of that.
There are.
Mr. Miner, who do you need to thank on
Well,
Twitch?
knock on wood.
Yeah,
least.
I was about to do something. Yeah. Thank you, Daniel Polivera, for the follow. Yeah. What were you saying, Chris?
No, I was gonna say, who do you need to thank on Twitch?
Yeah, that's what I was doing was the thing someone for a follow. What was I about to say?
When somebody does that, I don't know, something. Well, all I can say is, it is how it is. It is how YouTube works. You can edit your ass on a video and make it look cool and everything with cool animations. YouTube's gonna be like, this is not what your viewers usually watch. Fuck you, you're not gonna
Yeah.
get more viewers.
I mean, it doesn't help that, like, the algorithm is one thing, but if you're a YouTuber who, you know, encourages people to click the bell and like the video and all that stuff, a lot of the time notifications are just straight up broken.
Yeah.
I have plenty of YouTubers that I have the bell enabled for that I don't get notifications for whatever reason.
I mean, notifications haven't worked since 2016, so
It's the thing that they have, they've just been incredibly inconsistent.
then that means they haven't.
Sometimes I'll get. Well, I guess so. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. But like, what I mean is like, you can get a notification. You just never count on when you're gonna get one. So,
Yeah.
Like, I have had instances where people I have the bell enabled for upload and I want to watch the video, but I don't see it. Instead, I get a notification for a creator that I have never even watched or never subscribed to.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's a trending video. Like, yeah, that's cool and all, but give me notifications for shit I actually want to watch.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally telling YouTube, I want to watch this when it comes out, and they don't. show you. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
What's
because
the point if it's not gonna work anyway?
yeah, YouTube also doesn't really care that much about who you're subscribed to. They usually care more about like, are you consistently watching them?
Yeah, I think so too.
A better metric,
That's how
like
Mafia works.
yeah, a better metric I've found, like while checking like how much return you're getting, is the returning viewers metric rather than necessarily subscribers.
Yeah. So people who watched one of your previous videos coming back to watch the new one. Or
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, like every time I make a new video, I get an immediate spike in the returning viewers from people like getting it in their recommended or in their sub feed.
Yeah, I mean, again, I emphasize, I think the biggest thing you need to pay attention to is how much you're enjoying making the videos you do, right? Because the biggest death of any YouTube channel is burnout.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's
if
why-
you stop uploading for 6 months at
Yeah.
your current growth, that will severely impact your channel performance.
Oh yeah, that's like whenever I decided to make like quality content back in like the middle of last year, I'd say yeah, I was already thinking, what can I make that I will enjoy making and keep and like continue to enjoy it. And so that's why I decided to make the kind of videos that I do. Because, like, the kind of videos I made before were, like, your regular, like, gameplay Let's Play videos. And even if I somehow became big doing those, I could very quickly see myself, like a lot of my favorite creators who are doing that, getting burnt out after just, like, 4 or 5 years doing that.
Now
That's
my
also
question
why
is,
early in your channel, I reckon you should branch out a little bit. You
I'm
don't
sure-
want to cultivate an audience on one subject.
I would
Then
say-
it's going to be so much harder to get into something new.
I was gonna say, what do you think I'm trying to do?
I
we
mean,
all
it's
are
fine,
trying to
like,
do.
It's fine that you just play racing games because there's a lot of options there, right?
Yeah.
But if you have an interest and you feel like you can talk about it in a way that's unique or interesting,
Because
go for it.
my plan right now is I have a list of video ideas, and I'd say I have content for the next, depending on how much I make or how much is uploaded, next 6 to 15 months I have content for, at least on the main channel. The thing is, there are a couple videos in that list that I want to save for either certain events or after I do certain events, like one video and then that video is followed by a different video, that kind of thing. Like, there's certain games that I want to cover that are actually outside the racing game space, but I only want to cover them after I do what I'd effectively call like a summary or history of the channel. And that video I only want to do for like a big milestone, like 100K or something like that.
Yeah. I think a good way, if I know this is easier said than done, but a good way to sort of, I don't know, maybe not grow your audience necessarily in terms of views and stuff, but community-wise, I reckon like if you've gotten notoriety by Kuru, Eden, those people, reach out. Like if you have a subject where you feel maybe they have a take that would fit in well with the video, ask them, hey, do you want to come on for like a brief commentary in this video I'm making?
Oh yeah, I am
And
actually.
essentially network with those people.
I'm already considering that because I've already actually began networking with like creators like Eden. Like I was really just talking with Eden the other day about like YouTube stuff and that kind of thing. Like I was talking with him a bit before I made the Ken Block video, like thinking about how that kind of stuff works.
Yeah, because think of Eden as like most people in the beginning knew him as, you know, the guy who edited some of Kuru's highlights videos.
Yeah.
But he actually like showed to people from both Kuru's audience and his own small audience at the time that he could, you know, stand on his own feet as a creator. He didn't, you know, his sense of humor and whatnot was not just limited to being Kuru's editor. He could also do his own thing, and people actually really liked it. On
Yeah.
top of creating the Pepega mod, which is fucking a gift from God. Like it's actually so good and so funny. That
Yeah.
kind of thing is, I reckon, also really important.
Hmm.
Makes it more enjoyable too, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah. Like if I remember, I'm gonna look at something real quick just to make sure what I'm about to say isn't wrong.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get a drink. So, back in a little bit.
Dang. Yeah. I'll probably repeat this whenever he gets back, but especially more recently, Eden has actually been doing better than Kuru has in terms of like views and subs gained.
I like watching him more than Kuro.
I could see that. I think it's also that
He's just more enjoyable.
it's
Like,
not. Yeah,
Austrian Schnitzel Boy.
I could see that.
I watched him. Go on.
My thing is, I also like watching Eden more right now, but I'd say it's because I've been watching Kuru for a good like 2.5, 3 years now. By
I
most,
watched him since.
oh,
No, you can continue on. Sorry.
are we crashing today? I believe so.
What do you mean crashing?
I mean we're crashing, as in the game is frozen and
Ah, welcome to Need for Speed Unbound.
good.
But yeah, speaking of Kuro, I watched him since 2017, and honestly, he just feels really. You know those
Well.
YouTubers that get too money oriented?
I could see that as well. The thing is, I've only been watching him since like 2020, and what I've taken away is that, at least from my perspective, he's never really changed his style at all, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but like watching like 2020 Kuru and then now Kuru, I don't see a whole lot of difference in terms of how everything's done.
Well, this is coming from you. From me, who has watched him since 2017, he has changed a lot.
Yeah.
But not for the better, honestly. He has more, how do you say it? More, not neutered, stale, sterile.
Sterile, yeah. Like it just like to you it
Rather
feels kind of
than-
like soulless and like he's not really putting in the effort anymore, kind of thing.
Yep. Pretty much. His old streams where he speedrun Most Wanted were just pretty wild.
Yeah.
But it's not even in speedrunning. He just had, at least in YouTube videos, right? He had better content. Twitch streams I didn't really watch because I don't like Twitch streaming in general. It's just for me. So, you know, maybe in streams he's probably the same, but, you know, his editing was... His style was better back in the day.
Yeah.
When he was like, what, 2,000 subs on YouTube, maybe? Maybe. Even. And the same shit goes for, you know, other content creators, like... I don't know if you watch Black Panther.
I watch him a bit, not
I
a
don't know.
whole lot, but
He just... Yeah. For how many years I've watched him, he just feels...
yeah, I could understand that.
Just, Well, what the fuck am I meant doing? Aha.
Hold
More
on.
times, that's I forgot.
There we are. All right. For whatever reason, I have to
Okay.
realign the window every time I load up Unbound.
Are you running it windowed or?
Windowed, yeah.
That does it. It's an EA game running on Frostbite.
How old is the Frostbite engine?
games are 2011, I think, was the first Battlefield game that used Frostbite.
That's not that old, but
It's not even no, it's not even that it's old engine, right? No, it's just bad.
yeah,
Like Frostbite looks amazing, it's pretty well optimized, but it's hell to code on.
yeah. From what I can tell, yeah.
Yeah, this is why Ghost games were pretty incompetent, because Most Wanted 2012 used still their own engine that Criterion made. Ghost was the first game on Frostbite, and it showed. Ghost, Jesus, Rivals was the first game on Frostbite,
Yeah.
and Jesus Christ, it showed.
You hear Rydell back at the garage?
I wasn't really paying attention. What did he say?
Do you know how many times I've heard that we hear a family speech? Trust me, the only person you should be loyal to is yourself.
Yes, what? Hey, Rydell.
Hey, just wanted to wish you both luck for the big
Oh,
race. You
frick.
got this.
Thanks,
That
Pops.
was an LMG.
Just remember, don't just say shit.
Win shit.
Win shit.
That's right. Well, Breaker, know where I'm going with this. See you back at the garage.
What was that about?
Maybe he's
Back
just
is in
trying to
pain.
Usually
Uh,
he's sorry.
Old ass.
Rydell. He's old school.
Yeah, old something.
Funny,
Yes.
Alright, yo.
DH
looks
has
like
slowed
Alex
me
needs
down
to do
quite a bit.
Bro is becoming arthritis.
I would. Did you? Oh, wait. Did you say arthritis or Arthuritis?
Arthritis.
Ah. Okay, then I'm also deaf. I'm like,
Bro,
holy shit, he mixed arthritis with Arthur.
hold up. Let me do something real quick. Are you on stream? Like, can you hear the audio?
Give me a second. My Twitch is frozen, but that's mostly because I'm playing Call of Duty. I am now.
Hold up.
It's never too late.
Oh, no, I need to skip the ad real quick. Hold up. No, where is it? Here we go. This is just you right now?
Is it supposed to play something?
No, this is it.
Fuck you.
It's just that. That's all it's being. That's all it's happening.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Oh. It's like the number of edits that I've seen that's like Joe Biden looking to shake the hand of a non-existent person while that plays in the background.
The fog of war
Yeah.
in his head.
Yeah. Bro does not know where he's at.
Not a single thought in that head.
Yeah. It's like a cat.
It's like a cat.
Guess who's back?
Um,
With a brand new rep.
America
And
can be
the
discouraged.
unfortunate one.
I called Chris old. Yeah.
You
Oh,
what?
yo.
You called Chris what?
I called Chris old and then played everything at the end of time.
How old are you, Chris?
22.
Oh.
I can't wait for him to reach the age of 22, and when he says that his back hurt.
I mean, 22 is legit the best year. Like, prove me wrong. Even in
I'm
the
trying
US.
to, but I can't.
You know how in
So-
the US, like the best age that like people are most happy and comfortable with being that age is 21, right?
Yeah.
Well, 22 is essentially just 21. Like, there's no, except now
20.
you're more, you know, if one of the things you were looking forward to at 21 was drinking and stuff, you're more experienced with it, you can have more fun with it.
Bro.
21? Oh yeah, you're American. Never mind.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I sound American.
like-
I'm not though.
Oh yeah, he's not actually.
I put that
Interesting.
bar.
All I know is
But-
that
Bro is
21?
a Nord.
we're
I'm a
doing this
Viking.
3 years.
Yes.
You're Viking. So your
I
age
mean-
of drinking is 18 then.
Here, it's different. There's
Yeah, it's-
some products, like a lot of shots you can buy at 16 because they're made to be, I think, 16.1%, and the limit for drinking at 16 is 16.2.
Oh shit, you got 16. Damn, bro.
I
You're
just
stuck
but-
with 18.
Yeah.
The average
I've-
bitch here.
I mean, I'm 22 as well, so
realized I can.
Uh,
I'm also a bit of a geography nerd. I
Here
can
we have a youngling.
yeah, I can piss both of you off by just calling you the wrong nationality.
if you call me
Oh, you
Swedish,
can.
I'm leaving.
How does it feel to be a worse Swede?
I don't know. Is there anything worse than a Swede? I don't think so.
Hey Chris, how does it
That's
feel?
true.
How does it feel to be a worse Serb?
Frankly, you're not wrong.
Mine
You
are
can't
just
piss me
trying to
off.
make enemies right now.
Yes, yes I am.
You literally cannot piss me off
Yeah.
because Croatia is a bigger shithole than Serbia. Financially, that's not the case. Financially, we beat
okay.
the shit out of them.
Okay.
But everything else,
How does it feel to be a worse Kosovo?
What you should
Well,
say is, how does
Kosovo
it feel to
is-
be a worse Soviet Union? That
Nah.
one might cut deep.
Nah, I wouldn't think so.
no, we did achieve the same thing as Soviet Union. We both fell apart
Yeah.
and
You have
caused the
something in
war.
common, I guess.
To be fair, at
Caused the war.
least Yugoslavia was like ruled by like what seemed, at least I hear now, to be a cool dude compared to the Stalin.
Sure.
I remember having a conversation about, like, this was the guy who was from Sweden, right? It was kind of a memey conversation about why Denmark is better and why Sweden is better, that kind of thing. Because Denmark and Sweden and Norway too have this like sibling rivalry going on.
Yeah, at least now.
We like all three of us, undeniably, in terms of every other country on Earth, we have it good. Like,
Yeah.
as much as I hate Sweden, I would much rather live there than like a lot of other countries.
Yeah.
No offense, but the U.S. included.
I could kind of understand that, especially like having a Danish background also makes, like, if you were to move to Sweden now, the transition wouldn't be, I imagine, as difficult as like even moving to like France or the UK.
I would say Sweden is a lot easier. My ex, she lives in Sweden, right? And when I was visiting her, I remember being kind of taken aback because I've been to Sweden, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
But Sweden is essentially just Denmark in terms of aesthetic and how the towns and shit is.
Yeah.
More just Denmark without anyone being able to speak Danish. It's
Yeah.
all the same.
But it's also like I know it technically is a different language, but there is like some similarities and like shared grammar and that kind of thing. Because it's still
A lot of Sweden depends on where you are, though. Some places are arguably a lot worse than others.
Yeah.
Which, because Denmark is such a small country, there isn't a lot of change from region to region.
Yeah. Like, that's something else I think about with, like, countries in Europe. I don't realize how much language variation there is. Like, the biggest one that I didn't realize was, like, Germany. Because German, how I think of it, is not a very common language in Germany as a whole, especially in rural areas.
Well, it depends. German is actually, for EU people, German is actually a really useful language to learn.
Oh, yeah. It's the business language, isn't it?
Not just
It's the
that,
business
like a lot of
language.
countries, even though they aren't German, like they have their own language. They do know German.
Yeah.
Like Belgium, I can easily go to Belgium if I know how to speak German. I can go around Belgium just fine.
Yeah.
It's honestly
Mein
more
Deutsch ist
prevalent
nicht
than
gut,
English.
aber ja, mein Deutsch ist nicht gut, aber ich spreche Deutsch.
Mein Deutsch is
I was
scheiße.
never very good at first very German.
Uh, don't worry, my German is, as they say, it's scheiße.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, it's German humor. It's no laughing matter.
Is this car hot?
Maybe. Let's split up.
Is that a Nissan Z?
Got it. Stay safe.
Yeah,
That's a
it was
thing.
for, like, a pickup mission, apparently.
Honestly, that looks kind of bad. I like it.
It just looks like a bit too much for me, but it's alright.
I mean, the body kit and all, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was
In
thinking...
general, how I just didn't think this car was that customizable, but evidently it actually does look pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's the same with, like, you know how there's a lot of stigma around the WRX, the new one?
Yeah.
It's because stock, it's pretty slow. Like it has really good
Yeah.
handling, but it doesn't go very fast.
Yeah, well, it's
And
similar to
I
like
get what people
the.
are saying,
Is it kind of like a BRZ in that way?
kind of, but I would say the BRZ is actually faster. I think the WRX, right? No, sorry. Wait, is it the BRZ the one I'm thinking of? It might be. Hold on, BRZ. Oh yeah, the BRZ is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, so not WRX, BRZ.
Yeah.
People hate on the BRZ, and I get it because it's slow, stock at least, but you can build that thing into a fucking monster.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kinda like the 200 SX, 240 SX. They were not fast stock at all, but
Yeah.
they build up to be really fucking fast.
Are you satisfied with this message?
I think one of the TRB cars actually had a a BRZ as the blueprint.
What?
The TRB cars is the time attack, if you didn't know. HKS, they made a bunch of prototype cars that ran on the Suba Highway. Or sorry, the what's it called? The Speedway?
Probably won't.
What's
Time attack?
time attack? I can't think of like what's a circuit they do time attacks at?
Sakuba? Is that what it's called?
I think that's one of the ones I know they do.
Where is everybody?
Yeah, but yeah, Sakuba is like the, I guess, where people are judged. Like these cars for time attack are judged. It's like the original track or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's not. I
The
wouldn't.
TRB series of cars are
I-
crazy.
I wouldn't compare to these two tracks in any other way besides this, but in terms of like where they go to test their cars, Tsukuba is kind of like Japan's Nürburgring, and that's the only way they're similar is like how they get used for testing.
Kind of, yeah, because Sakuba is much shorter.
Oh yeah,
It's a much shorter track. And I think it also has less points where you can go really fast. There's not that many straight lines.
yeah,
So it's very much more handling you need to worry about with Sakuba.
right.
But like this, I'll DM it to you. This is what the TRB3, I think the newest one, looks like. It's built in the BRZ.
Okay.
Like using all HKS parts. Like it's basically their Magmoka's tuning car.
Shit, Rydell, you okay? Hey, you did a lot.
They had a Evo and
Wait here.
I think an old Toyota as well as the blueprints before.
Shit. I knew it. I told y'all. Jasmine, who is that?
I don't know that dude.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to see how much horsepower it has. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it's like 800, 900, or something crazy like that.
I didn't.
It clocked the 53.5
Laugh about how
apparently.
trusty an old
It's
man
Kuba.
is? Well, who's gonna trust me now?
Hold up.
Took your ass in when no one else wanted you. Whoa, Rydell, you gotta chill.
Oh yeah, here we go. It has 600
Dad,
horsepower
wait.
and 450 pounds of torque. Apparently, this thing's a monster.
What the hell? Did she just take the car? She took everything.
When it comes to JDM, let me ask you two. What are your favorites?
I think I said in
Like, not just like tuned specifically. Like obviously that leaves out Fast and Furious cars. It's just generally what cars
Volkswagen
all you
Golf.
most
Golf is
JDM
better, yeah.
car.
True. Yeah.
I don't know. Coming from Balkan, JDM cars are very rare, but if I had to, yes, I don't know if it counts as a JDM car, the GTR. Not the Skyline, but the R35.
That does count. Even though I think JDM, you know, originally was meant to be Japanese market only, so like your Skylines and that kind of thing, which did exist in places like Europe and the US, but it's just not very common at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Europe
Yeah,
it's
they-
not
they
as
count.
common because we did get most of Japanese cars.
Yeah,
Like, certainly sure.
but like the 35 is a really, really good car. It's just a shame they haven't done anything with it really since it released.
Yeah.
No need to improve what's pretty good.
I
Although
Yeah.
they're now making, although I say that, the new generation R35 just looks horrible personally.
Yeah, I
Not
could.
just that, like
Yeah.
back then there wasn't really any competition. Like
Yeah,
there
now
was the
there is.
LSA, but it cost like 3-4 times as much. So and the Skyline was pretty fucking good at that time even. So
Yeah.
Yeah, like the current GTR just looks amazing. The Gen 1 and 2, I'd say.
favorite Arthur or Skyline to me is R32. I love the car. It's honestly a classic. The older ones are nice too.
Oh,
But my
R32
favorite
is cool.
JDM car of all time is the Toyota MR2 because I love that car. It's so fun.
MR2 is cool.
I've driven one before actually.
Hmm.
And like
My friend
it's-
actually has an Integra.
the Integras are fun too. I think you can actually tune them up pretty fast too.
I heard one engine. I heard he has a K20 engine, the good one. The A B block or whatever. I don't know.
If it's a K, it won't be a B. Those are two very different blocks.
No, K20 and then I don't know what else. At
Oh,
the end.
oh, like a K20C
Some letters on
head or like a K20B.
The ones that are like sought after. I don't know.
Probably maybe like a K20 with like a B16B head on it.
I'm not.
Because that's what my dad did. My dad actually took, I kid you not, he took the, well he didn't, but his mechanic took the block from a Honda CRV and put Integra Type R heads on it and pretty much ended up with a 2-liter Integra engine.
That's actually smart because a lot of the Toyota parts back then were backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Like you could basically put like a lot of I think a lot of Supras, especially the MK3, like they could use parts from the older versions of the Supra, even back to like the Safari Supras in like the 70s. I think crazy shit.
Yeah.
Pretty innovative Toyota to not only make their cars like improving them, but also making them work on older cars. That's one of the strengths of the R32 and why people can still make it so fast. Is because
Oh
it
god,
still
it's
fits.
this character. Fuck this character.
I already
Annoying,
I hate that fucking
annoying
outfit.
gas.
So awful.
Fucking annoying gas character.
Hair is actually kind of on fleek, but her outfit is awful.
Yeah.
Bro, she has the personality of a wet mop. Wet blanket or whatever you call it.
Bro has the personality of sandpaper.
Personality
Exactly.
of watching paint dry.
I mean, everybody has a personality like fucking sandpaper in this game. Although, one guy is not. One guy is
mean-
immune to that.
To be fair, who isn't kind of an asshole in the early 20s?
What?
True. True, that's why it's the only... That's why there's only one good character in Unbound. And he's like 50 or something.
Who? Rydell?
Rydell.
I would love to see like Need for Speed, especially these street sort of racing themed ones, go back to including some like. Imagine if they took counseling on not just handling but like aesthetics and stuff from people like Tsuchiya, you know, like people who have been in this since
Yeah.
the start or like at the peak of it. They could tell these game directors or writers exactly how this was back then, which I think
Oh,
is
yeah.
a decent way to do it.
Like
Need for
there's,
Speed Underground, but it's in the 90s.
yeah.
Could sell like
I
hotcakes.
would actually love a game about racing, street racing themed to the 90s. Like you
Well, some
wouldn't be
indie
racing
game is
around
making
fucking
one.
Aston Martins and McLarens. You'd be racing around the fastest at that time, which would be
I
like
mean,
an F40
you say that.
Ferrari or something.
You say that. There was a 911 that went, what, 200 and something miles in Japan.
When was this?
90 something, 90...
Do you? I mean, it might be
7, 8?
the.
It was a Japanese guy that got banned from Europe or something.
Oh,
got a-
you mean
Yeah,
Smokey
that
Nagata?
guy. Yeah, Smokey, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's the head of Secret, which is a
He's the
tuning
head of
house
Secret,
in
yeah.
Japan, yeah.
Yeah, he is the head of Secret, I just realized.
Nagata is really, really good tuner. He's the guy who made the V12 Supra, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He's also been featured in games. I know Secret had some builds in the Grid series, I believe.
One or two, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And like, I'm pretty
No,
sure.
one grid in the first grid. I'm pretty sure he had it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. I don't know who, but Raven West, which is like the best team in Grid, was actually based on a real life team. I forget which one.
I couldn't tell you because I do not remember anything from Ravenwest. Because frankly, if they appeared in other games than Grid Legends, then I could probably tell you, but I haven't played most of
I
the Grid
played
games.
mostly where I remember them from is the first Grid game.
Oh yeah, they were in Grid 1 actually, now that I remember.
They were your main antagonists. They were like the
Yeah.
team that basically you wanted to win.
You wanna win against. Yeah, I remember that now.
You're just playing with them now.
I
When
didn't
we
like
would
the AI sort of teammate driver feature. That'd be cool
Oh.
if you could do it multiplayer, but not as an AI. That's stupid. But the
That's
whole
the one-
sponsorship thing and like the betting and
Yeah.
stuff, that is a cool feature. I think that's awesome.
That was amazing. You know what? As much as people shit on Grid 2, which, I mean, it's an alright game, I just don't like it because it's Break the Drift. They removed the stupid teammate mechanic, and that was honestly pretty amazing. It was
I liked
relieving.
it. Not as good as Grid 1, but I really did like it.
Weird.
Like,
Looked like
Grid
hot
1's
chocolate.
teammate system was pretty... Well, the teammates were usually dog shit, frankly.
Since Grid 2 is probably the most similar to Grid 1, that's probably why it was still okay to me. Motorsport, I've heard, is not very good.
So, this is where
y-
Apparently
y-
super
Grid,
repetitive and boring.
Grid 2, people waited too long for that game, and they got a Break the Drift game from a nice simcade.
Kid?
I mean, Break the Drift and Grid wasn't that bad. It's much worse than
Hey.
EPP.
No touching.
I just didn't like the Break to Drift element, but I tend to hate them in any racing game.
I don't like it either,
Took your
but
hair
for
off.
Grid 2 it didn't get that much
Nice
in
to
the
meet
way,
you,
in
Slugger.
my opinion. Yeah,
And then
still
Autosport
play.
came out, and Jesus Christ, was it boring.
You kidding?
Game could have been much more fun if it had actually had something in it, but the game just feels super empty, uninteresting, sterile.
With our car. I need to beat her. I need the garage. I need your
Fall of Grid series.
No, listen. It's okay. Go down with Jack.
Oh shit,
Not
double
to take
collab.
away from the audience here, but if you guys want to
So
watch
what?
play some
So what? That's what this
Most
garage is
Wanted.
about.
that's what I'll be doing.
Fine.
True, but understandable and true. I'm
You
playing,
don't touch it?
however, Black Ops 3, so I'm
Mr.
not
Rice
in
of Rydell's
any
Rides.
way, shape, or form
Love
able to.
that name, by the way.
What are you playing, zombies?
Full disclosure.
No,
I
multiplayer.
went to that
Testing the
meetup tonight
client.
looking for a
I play zombies a lot.
Then the cop showed up.
Mhm.
And was like,
I don't like
"Oh,
zombies in
yeah."
general.
And the kid was crazy.
I understand.
about outrunning him.
I heard
In my
BO3
opinion,
zombies
Black
are
Ops
like,
3 is the best zombies sort of integration mode right now.
yeah, I heard like the BO3 zombies is like the best because modability and shit, but I just,
A reason to win.
I mean, it's for the modability is one thing, but I find that a lot of the mods are also like they don't really change the gameplay in terms of like
yeah,
Easter eggs and what kind of map you're on. It's more just weapons and nice good to haves. Like the Modern Warfare
it's not this-
Remastered mod lets you use a lot of like Modern Warfare series game or guns, sorry, perks and stuff, and you can change a lot of the settings, like drop perks and infinite ammo and that kind of thing. On the classic maps like Varrock, Kino, those kind of thing.
Deal.
It's the best way to play old zombies maps, basically.
I
With
mean,
mods
yeah,
and better. Like the Gobblegum thing is fun. I think I like it.
I can't tell you honestly. From what I've heard, I don't know, man. Some people shit on it, some people
I
like
play a lot
it,
of
but
it, but I play it alone, so I'm just trying to get people to play it, so I don't have to play it all by myself constantly. I imagine
well,
multiplayer is fun.
for me, I don't know. The multiplayer is all right in BO3. I'm very new at it, so It's too confusing for me,
That is
for my
so
smooth brain. Because jetpacks and people are zipping around left, right, and center.
I haven't played. I think from Modern Warfare Remastered, which was in 2017, and then to 2019's Modern Warfare. Those are the only games I've played recently out of the Call of Duty series.
Hmm.
Because
I
I
fucking
didn't like
enjoy
the
20.
jump back thing either, honestly.
Yeah, yep. That's not. I'm also not a fan of. BO4 was like the only futuristic game, like very futuristic, that did not have jetpack shit.
Yeah, I
Mm.
don't know.
And
I feel like
I
Cold War I didn't enjoy either. I don't know. It's just not my game.
well, I can open a can of worms with Cold War because it's not even a Treyarch game at the beginning. You think about it.
True.
Because first it was originally made by Sledgehammer,
Yeah.
and then
I was
I
gonna
also
say,
bought it.
Miner, get the what do you call it, the Eclipse. It's apparently really good. It's a starter car.
Oh, so you ran on foot. I see.
Hey, and
Street racing was like before the
hey,
car
it's
was
too
invented,
bad
huh?
games in a row where Eclipse is a starter car.
I mean, it makes sense.
20 for speed games where Eclipse is a starter car and both of them is bad. Undercover and Unbound.
Undercover, we don't talk about.
Wait, so the
Undercover is like the slightly less ugly sibling.
Eclipse is a bad starter car?
No, it's a good
No,
one
no,
in this
no,
game.
no, no. It's a starter car of a bad. Eclipse shares one thing. It's a starter car in bad Need for Speed games.
Wait, what's the other one?
Undercover.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Undercover, not Underground.
Underground is good. Undercover is a shit game.
Yeah, Underground's fun.
Yeah.
Underground 1 is my favorite. No. I'm backtracking that immediately. Fucking Undercover 1, Underground 1 I love, but the traffic, oh god, the traffic in that game.
Yeah, especially bad in drag races.
Oh,
I think drag races are so much worse than Most Wanted, though.
Hmm.
Like, you basically
No.
have to abuse the fuck out of the speed breaker to have a successful drag
No,
race. If you don't
exactly.
Feel like, yeah,
The
if you don't
thing
feel like
is-
restarting over and over again, basically.
The thing is, in Most Wanted you can do that. In Underground, no, screw
Yeah, you're
you.
fucked. You're fucked. You have no solution to it. Yeah.
And well, it's the same thing as in Most Wanted. When it's start of the game when your car isn't fast really, then traffic ain't much of a problem, because there's not even a lot of traffic. But once you reach cars that go 300 kilometers, 200 miles, traffic
mean,
just
to be
rampantly
fair,
goes.
To be fair, I agree, but you can also go way faster in Most Wanted. Like Underground, you can go at max at like 300 and something, I think. In kilometers, that is. And in
Yeah.
Most Wanted, you can go up to 450, especially with modded cars.
Well, with modded, but with unmodded, I think its maximum is like 370, 380.
Oh
Like
no,
vanilla.
You could easily get like I think the Evo and the Golf as well can go easily that fast.
Yeah.
And like that's like I think even the what do you call it? Like Kuru's Golf, when he's speedrunning, he gets that thing up to like 430 kilometers an hour. I think it's because the turbo upgrade for it, both the Junkerman and the one you buy, they make it so much faster. Crazy.
That is actually true.
And
Which
like
I
you
gotta
don't
say,
have the same amount of handling in undercover or underground either.
oh yeah. Cars feel floaty in underground.
Same with underground too. That's why I love Most Wanted on Pro Street so much. Legit, it's just a sense of
Underground
speed.
2, Underground 2 I can't really tell much because last time I played it is 2015 and I had shit time. Well, touring time rather than shit.
Yeah.
Because
Miner, did
frankly,
I tell you about how I got my current PC?
I don't think you did. You did tell me that like it's a bit older, especially like the GPU.
I mean, 2060 Super. It's not new, but it's
Oh,
what do you mean it's older?
Maybe it was
But
okay.
I
Maybe it was
essentially
some.
got it because I made.
I think it was someone else then, because
I'll
someone
just
else.
talk about it. The-
Yes.
So it is one of
The-
those falls.
I used to race against this real loud.
You go, you go, you go.
Funny,
Yeah, because I remember on one of the Beam and G, I don't, it must not have been you then, but I know on one of the Beam and G streams, someone joined and was talking about their PC, and they had a 970.
More than just bragging rights.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
But-
the
Oh shit.
isn't it the British guy?
Trash talking mouth was.
British or Flying Scotsman in the Discord? No, not him.
A Flying Scotsman, yeah.
No, not him.
I don't know.
Someone else. I can't think of right now.
I mean, I say that I have the equivalent of that realistically.
Yeah.
But like the way I got the
Got it,
PC,
Adele.
right?
Thanks, boss.
I essentially a mate of mine got a new PC, so he got I think really high in specs too. He got a 4080, I think, and then some i9 or i7. But he wanted to get rid of his old PC, and he asked me if I wanted to buy it, and I was like, sure. I can only give you this much right now, which I think is about 300 euros, maybe a little bit less. And he's like, that's fine. And I let him know when I saw the specs, like, you could sell this for way more if you just go on eBay or locally even. But he told me that it's fine because he just wanted to get rid of it and use the money he'd get on lock or something.
Okay.
The 2060 Super i5 9600K and all the other stuff I have in it. Like 300 euro, which is about $350.
Yeah.
Like the graphics card alone could be worth that.
Actually, the euro is. I know for like
It's about them
couple
deals.
a couple weeks, the euro was actually in parity with the dollar. I think it was in like 2022.
I think the euro is worth more.
It's worth like just more.
300
Yeah.
euros is about $320. Yeah, so a little bit more.
Yeah.
But for what
A
I
smidge
got
more.
from it, it's crazy deal.
Yeah.
I had a PC before. I was using a very, I guess, unique laptop. It was good, and it's really good as a laptop, but not great as like a daily driver, system.
Yeah.
So a desktop was a nice upgrade.
I remember upgrading from 1600 to a 5600. Jesus Christ, the CPU. It's still 6 cores and it's still 12 threads, but the age gap is just... It's so jarring.
What
From-
what
Bruh.
system you had? And what had you have
Ryzen
now?
5, Ryzen 5 1600 with Ryzen 5 5600.
Okay, yeah. I think the main reason for that increase in performance is IPC,
Yep.
Yeah.
or
the
instructions per clock. Essentially, just
Yeah.
it can go fast, but much more efficiently.
The first gen and second gen risers had a poor IPC.
It
Yeah.
wasn't just that. I remember buying into Ryzen because I thought this was like the comeback of AMD. And
Oh, it was.
Ryzen-
It was still a
yeah,
comeback,
I know,
right?
I know. But in the beginning, at the very beginning of the launch, there was so many issues. RAM
Yeah.
compatibility, BIOS is being fucked up. So it just
Oh, yeah.
taught me a valuable lesson. Don't be an early adopter, but once those issues were figured out, Ryzen was good and still really is good.
Oh yeah. I have an. Actually, my entire system is AMD.
My laptop is
So is mine.
almost fully AMD.
Yeah, but you have
I a
AMD that's
3050
like
and
7 years old.
No,
I
no,
did-
no.
Don't.
Oh, no, wait.
7. Listen, 7. It's still beating some modern. No, actually, that's a lie.
Wait, no, no,
It's
no,
still
no.
holding up like it's a modern GPU.
Minor, think of it like this, okay? The only thing that was comparable at that time was like a 5820K from Intel, right? So that's X99. That's more expensive motherboard, RAM usually also, and chip. A 1600 was like what, $200, maybe a little bit less, with a cheap motherboard. So even then, it rocked the ship essentially.
Yeah. Also realize.
Everything mainstream from Intel was locked to 4 cores at max 8 threads. It was really bad.
Also realize I got into computers like a year ago, so anything before like 5 years ago, I know basically nothing about.
I got
Oh,
into
don't worry.
computers at around probably 2nd gen core. So like, I got my first CPU was a Core Q 6600, Core 2.
My
Or no,
first
Core 2
PC
Quad. It was a quad core, I remember.
Dang.
First PC was a
That was
Pentium
2009,
4.
but a while ago.
Yeah.
My first PC was a Pentium 4.
I remember Pentium
2000,
4.
2005. That was
Do you
cool.
guys know FX? Meme do?
I posted a
Yeah,
meme
seriously.
recently because someone I found like, there was a video I recommended that I kid you not was a like you know what hard edits are, like with like Sigma music, I guess, and that kind of thing.
The YouTube poop?
No,
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know.
someone
The Sigma memes, yeah.
someone basically made a Sigma edit of an FX 6100 Bulldozer CPU.
Ooh. Why?
I posted it
Doesn't
in
make
the
any sense.
I posted it in Dove's chat. I might repost it in my server.
I know, but those are pretty. Those CPUs are notoriously bad.
Send me the location.
Absolutely none of those FX CPUs are redeemable at all.
The most embarrassing thing about FX, arguably, was that at that time, I think even the 8350, which was one of the fastest chips in FX, was beat out by, I think it was an X6, which was the generation before, also by AMD.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Phenom series, X6. I
Yeah,
had an
like,
X6
I
1090
had an
Ti,
X6,
which
yeah,
outperformed
same.
the 8350.
Yep, I had a 1090 Ti. Honestly, I would have still used it much longer if it wasn't for the lack of SSE4.
Oh
Because
yeah. Phenom probably
I
doesn't
rev-
have SATA 6
Nope.
gigabit per second.
I wanted to buy Far Cry 5. I bought Far Cry 5. I wanted to play it. My CPU do not have the instruction to play Far Cry 5.
What, they didn't support like DirectX
I was
12 or something?
incredibly- No, SSE instructions. DirectX is GPU bound rather
Yeah.
than CPU. SSE is more of a like shit for the Nuvo and stuff.
What do you guys
But
do
not-
you guys prefer like how motherboards, especially like PC parts, motherboards
Oh.
especially look like nowadays as opposed to back then?
I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't
As
have.
long as they last.
I mean, yeah,
as long
but
as they
aesthetics is a big
last.
thing with custom PCs, I reckon, for a lot of people.
Uh,
And like for
My-
me, I just miss the way the motherboards look.
Mine is a black motherboard with like very little shieldings or whatever they call it, but I really don't care.
I have Noctua
Yeah.
fans. I have zero care about aesthetics.
But like, look at
That
this.
is
This
true.
was my first motherboard. Like, you can't beat pink and green neon RAM slots. You can't tell me that doesn't look amazing.
I know. I had dark blue ones though on my Pentium
I
4.
remember Asus had a series of boards. I don't remember what they were called, but they were all this like light blue color. They had like they matched Corsair RAM.
Me and the-
Gigabyte I think had blue ones, like light blue.
Also,
and the Asus, yeah, actually.
also, me and the boys never buying an Asus motherboard.
Oh yeah, after the news. I don't know. At least
Frankly,
not-
that also seems like a user error rather than a. Because those guys, from what I've heard, it's like if you place an overclock, it shits itself.
No, I think the issue was that the BIOS that Asus had programmed let the CPU
No limit
take,
on.
I think it was like
Yeah.
1 point, some crazy level of voltage.
Yeah, they don't
and-
have a voltage limiter.
Yeah, and the issue with that is that the X3D chips that are being affected, which are those like V-Cache specialty ones, but they're much more sensitive to voltage like irregularities as opposed to those regular non-X3D
Yeah.
series of CPUs. Problem there is when the X3Ds are burning up and these people are essentially just not really making any significant changes for it to happen, that's Asus's responsibility. As an end user, you shouldn't be able, in the BIOS alone, to be able to set your fucking CPU in place. So even if it is user error, which, yeah, I guess so, it's not,
Bruh.
it shouldn't be possible to make that user error, if you get what I mean.
It's both user and builder error.
Yeah.
Builder as in the manufacturer. But
Like think of
technically-
it like this: your car has a button in it that is like a sport mode, but it's programmed incorrectly. So even
And
though you're
instead it-
pressing it, and it should just do sport mode, it actually just fucking kills the engine. Would you blame that on the car manufacturer or the person driving it? You know what I mean?
Car manufacturer.
Exactly. That's what I feel
but
like.
again,
is
this
why they're at
this
fault.
can happen to anybody, realistically. It can happen to any
Yeah.
brand, any manufacturer. It's how you deal with it that matters.
Yeah, and they deal with
The
it
most important
bad.
thing is that the people making
If
the
they-
mistakes are not people who are tech savvy. So because
Yeah.
it's so simple to do. So these people might not have very much experience with PCs, not understanding what's going wrong before it goes catastrophically wrong.
Where? In the kitchen?
No.
Yep.
No.
Like I have monitoring software running usually. Just if I see like crazy spikes of anything, I'll notice
There's a
and
video of a
do
dog
something about it.
skateboarding and people
Someone
yelling
who's
Listen,
about
buying a
expensive
rebuild or something
speakers.
wouldn't know to do that.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
Only thing that I have
No,
learned
wait,
in
hold
these
on, she's
coming
talking about
years,
skateboarding?
never buying a
Not the
Corsair
point
power
I was
supply.
making.
Corsair, what's wrong with their power supplies?
My brother's power supply just went bye-bye after like not even a year.
Which one was it?
The V650 I think or something, VS650.
Their VS
650,
series
yes.
is awful. It's like bottom of the barrel, cheaping out.
Really?
So that's
Wait, what- what-
really surprising. Yeah,
what-
VS series is
What
really bad.
manufacturer is it?
It's
Corsair?
probably not even Corsair. They're probably just rebranding an OEM power supply. That's what most companies do for their.
I just remember one of my PC, one of my friends who is like, he's big into PC building. He's been building PCs for years, and he works on all this kind of stuff. He said, "Oh, I only use Corsair power supplies because they have that quality."
Their,
I don't know, I bought an
their higher end
MS.
stuff is super good, like very high quality.
Yeah.
So they have a reputation for a reason. But for like the mid high end range, I actually either buy EVGA or Silverstone.
Yeah, I went with EVGA
I
because
have
like
an MSI one.
they seemed solid from what I could tell.
Their support is also like so much better than any other industry like competitor. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They have really good support and a really good reputation for said support for a very good reason.
Yeah, if they didn't leave,
I remember. Sorry.
If they didn't leave, I'd probably be looking at an EVGA 4080 for my next graphics card.
A friend of mine bought the MSI Supreme or Supreme, or however you say it.
Yeah.
The water cooled one, 4090, which is tremendous overkill, but he
Yeah.
does actually need not only the cooling but also the power because he does 3D stuff. He works in
Yeah.
Blender, I think, among other things. So he needs the GPU horsepower. But anyway, I would say don't buy a 4090.
I'm
Like,
yeah.
Unless you have a clear use for a card that fast, like my friend has 3D stuff, there's no reason to spend more than like $2,000.
Like, to be fair, what I plan on upgrading for, I realistically like paying how much I'm going to pay for my GP upgrade isn't worth it for what I'm doing it, but it is going to make it easier and faster. You know what I mean? Like, it's not technically as big a jump as the price, but it is definitely a jump.
I just think that there's far more value in, like, say for example you wanted 4090, right? But like, what do you play in resolution wise? 1440, I think you said.
Yeah, 1440 165. Like with my
3060 Ti for gaming would be more than sufficient. Like,
Uh,
so if you want 4090,
at
I'd
lower-
honestly just
at-
get 3090.
at a
because
low
it also has
at lower quality
RAM.
settings, yeah, because I have a card that's better than a 3060 Ti in traditional rendering, but can't, at least above medium settings, it doesn't support 1440 165.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, but I think it's just me
There's
because
also-
I don't
there-
play games
there's-
on high settings at all. I just turn it unless it's a game where aesthetics and looks, graphics is important.
Yeah.
But for like
There's
shooters,
always-
I don't care because I'm moving so fast. I'm not gonna notice how pretty the trees are.
Yeah. But like if I just want like one of the games that I wanted high res and high refresh rate was Forza Horizon 5. I don't get 165 for FPS unless I turn it to the low, unless I turn it to a low preset.
Right.
Well, that game is also kind of a.
I mean, I literally said in my videos that it kind of has like terrible optimization.
Only like.
Horizon 5.
Now, granted, I haven't touched Horizon 5, and I never will with a 10-foot pole because it's a fucking horrible game. But I've heard it's horrible. Hell, even this game that you're playing, Need for Speed Unbound, it's a hit and miss.
Yeah.
On some people's ends, it runs better than Heat. On my end, it runs somehow like half the frame rate than what Heat did.
Which is strange because it's essentially just Heat.
They said they optimized it. I don't know what kind of thing they did. What is their definition of optimization? But they're saying
They optimize backwards, you see.
Breakwater is a piece of shit.
That's what I'm trying to do. I set him as my opponent, so now I have to destroy his ass.
There's a post on Dov's server on how one man just posted how much of a piece of shit Wado is.
Really?
Yeah, it's the Star Wars text scrolling up. I think I can find it. No, I can't. Maybe I can actually. Give me a second. Search.
Alright, that should be a good enough lead.
I think it was how he posted. No, it didn't. Shit. Okay. Yeah, 194 videos.
There we go. Finally got my first win in my own car.
Nice.
I have
How
to
much
say
money do you
this
have?
game.
Like 10 or 12 grand, I think, on here.
Are you gonna go for performance upgrades or?
Oh yeah, because this thing is the big slow.
Yeah, leave some money for if like aesthetics isn't too important. Get like a body kit. And,
Bruh.
something small, but changes the looks. pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate this part of the game where the game cuts out to give you the win screen and then it drops you into a chase.
Yeah.
Because funny.
Yeah.
Because comedy.
Stupid ass game that I hate and will never like.
I find it funny that my nurse is sitting here playing the game.
Yeah.
Depression. Simultaneously has a friend of his roasting the game he's playing and streaming, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, to all three viewers.
Stop hating, bro. Yeah, true.
I hope my streams would do just slightly better, only because I'm trying to hit the stuff to be Twitch affiliate as well, and I need in the last 30 days I need to have a 3 consecutive viewer average.
Then he can completely streak with you. YouTube streaming has better sort of
I
say
understand.
rewards for creators and better communication.
I understand, but I also don't know if I can be bothered to like set up a separate channel for YouTube.
Like streaming?
Yeah.
What you could do,
Honestly,
you
for
could
small
stream on
streamers,
your
Kick
main
is the
channel.
best probably.
You could stream on your main channel and then just make the VODs unlisted so they don't show up in the feed.
Yeah.
Because unlisted, you can just make a playlist, and that has access to the playlist. No, so people have access to the playlist if, or the unlisted videos if they have the playlist.
I could. Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta find a ROM, an ISO of Flatout 2.
ISO ROM for what?
This essentially just means if you don't have a
Flatout
link to
2.
it, you can't find it. But a playlist would be a link, essentially.
Because I'm gonna make a Flat Out 2 video. I all of a sudden realized.
Flat Out 2 is so much fun.
Hmm.
Flat Out 2 is a cool game that I love to play. Flat Out 2. Wait, I might be in luck. I got an old hard disk, and I might have an ISO. Driver 2, Gran Turismo, EFG. Oh, I skipped. Oh, I don't have Flat Out.
I think I'll probably upgrade this car and then do a couple more races and then hop out for the stream for the day.
Good.
Because I need this thing to be a bit quicker than this. This is, excuse me, very slow.
Very,
You could find
very good. Yeah, the cars. No, they're not slow. They're just feel slow because sense of speed in this game is utter dog shit.
Kind of true, because I'm going
And the
80 in a corner right now, which should feel like
yeah,
immense speed.
It doesn't feel like 80.
when I see 80, when and watching this, I genuinely mean like you're going kilometers and not miles.
I mean, that's more what it
mean,
feels like.
80
Sense
miles
of speed.
is like 80 miles an hour is like 120,
Yeah.
130 kilometers.
Yeah, yeah,
And
and
like,
it should feel like that.
and it like if I think I'm going 150, 30, whatever kilometers an hour, I think I need to brake pretty big for the next corner. You're just sliding
Basically-
through, but it looks like you're going like 40.
80
No.
miles in this game feels like 80 kilometers.
Yeah, not even wrong.
Oh,
It's so bland. And then there's a difficulty in this game, which is utter horseshit, honestly.
yeah.
That said, are you enjoying it, Mr. Knight?
It's
What are your
not.
thoughts?
It's not like, okay, it is better than I expected so far. Granted, my expectations weren't necessarily very high. They were there, they just weren't very high. Going into this.
I think what's gonna change your opinion the most is how you feel about the grinding. You're
Yeah,
doing a lot.
because that's what I asked a couple people, like, hey, what would you say, like, going into Unbound to, like, look at? And they said mainly the grinding.
Yeah.
If you want to
does
hear
seem
my-
the worst part of the game.
If you want to hear my TLDR of the game, started playing the camp career mode, gave up halfway through. I just couldn't be bothered. And multiplayer was started grinding. It decided no, fuck this, and I money glitched hundreds of millions dollars and gave up.
Understandable.
Good thing I didn't buy this game for full price. I bought a key for like 30.
Oh, I paid 70 for this, but I also plan on getting content out of it, so.
That is true. I paid 30 and I feel scammed.
I
Dang.
don't think I would pay 70 personally.
I
might-
mean-
if it goes on sale for like 20 or below, then I'll cop it. But if
Yeah.
not,
I honestly want to see how much is a key even selling for, because I am not buying full price for an EA product.
I just realized I really should have gone to, like, to, like, a key
Yes.
website.
Yes.
Yeah, use that instant gaming moment.
instant gaming moment right here.
Yeah. Or that
Need
one.
for Speed Unbound on PC is 20 euros right now, 21 on Amazon DE. So, but it is for EA Play or whatever their application is called.
Origin?
It's not Steam release. Yeah, the thing that they replaced Origin with.
Oh, right.
Uh,
Origin. I forgot about that.
But yeah,
And honestly,
Amazon,
nothing of value was lost.
Amazon
never
DE,
heard of it.
21 euro.
Oh, yeah.
The only
think- I
reason I,
think
had
you got-
Origin was for Uno. Actually, no, that was Uplay. It's not even Origin.
Actually,
I'm thinking of Uplay because I have it for Driver San Francisco and Uno.
I don't know if it was Origin, but I remember there was something like that that I had where, like, Actually, was there ever like a service? I think it was UPlay, not UPlay, but Origin, where like you could stream games off your phone.
Steam does that.
Steam has it, yeah.
No, but I mean like
have-
Was there one that did that like 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Steam did that 5 years
Steam
ago.
Link is from like, gosh, I don't even know.
2016, I think, maybe.
I don't think this was Steam.
That's
Was there
what I
anyone else that was doing
There
that?
was also those
There's the
yeah, there
Nvidia
was those-
Shield. It's a few years old
Nvidia
now.
Shield.
I'm
those
only.
streaming applications, like
I'm just thinking about that because I
OnLive or
swear.
some shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah, there was streaming apps. Like, I think OnLive was one of the major one before it got axed.
It might have been that one because I remember about like I swear it was like 6 or 7 years ago, maybe even longer now. My dad actually like pulled out his phone one day, and he was playing Dirt 3 on his phone.
Man, that was that is wild.
Yeah, and
The
he
Link
should.
was meant to stream your games from your PC. It's like a TV or something. But you could probably make it
No.
work on your phone.
No, I think there was just a genuine streaming service where you could basically stream the games off of their servers. Like what Nvidia is doing right now with their thing. I don't know what's it called.
GeForce Now?
I know yeah. I know exactly what Fast is meaning. Mr. Fast is talking about.
What?
I specifically know. Well, the streaming service. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, but I can't think of what it was called.
It might have been online. I know Scott DeWaz made a video on that, on those services.
Uh,
So it might be on live or some shit like that.
I think it might have been
Almost the
online.
same.
101.
All I know is they all died a very quick death. Once once people went, hey, this is not that good.
I'm gonna get off Discord for now, boys.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Enjoy your last stream, Minor. I'll see you around.
Yeah. See it. Finally, I can make this thing slightly better.
Good luck.
I mean, it added 30 horsepower, so
Add decals. It will give you more
speed.
speed. They, man. Whenever I see Unbound, I just get mad because it could have been much better. Everything that they could have done well, they just didn't. The police system, the tuning. I mean, you can't really do anything since from Need for Speed Heat, which I mean they brought some improvements, but the fact that you have to buy these garage upgrades kind of makes it too grindy. What else?
Oh yeah.
Sense of speed, somehow worse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'm probably gonna end the stream here, just because I think I might need to check myself because I might not be feeling all that hot. But
Listen, your health is most important.
yeah. Well, it's not even like the stream would really affect it one way or the other because I'm just like sitting in my chair. But it'd probably be better if I like made sure everything was all right.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also what 4 p.m. for you.
1.
No, LA. I don't know where are you even from. Yeah, 1. 2, I don't know.
Eastern U.S.
Eastern US.
Yeah, the South.
Yeah. That is then 1 and 2, 1, 2, yeah, around that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you even eaten?
I had breakfast.
Have you even Oh, yeah, you had breakfast. It's 2 p.m.
Yeah, I had
You should
large.
go have lunch.
I had large American breakfast, MacDon.
That hurts me mentally.
I was gonna get an ice
I
cream
mean, I
as
can
well,
have
but
much better breakfast.
it was broken.
And you're saying you don't feel well.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a doctor, but
Mm.
something ain't right
Yeah.
with that. And listen, I'm not gonna bother you. You got a dip, I got a dip.
Yeah.
Twitch chat's got a dip. I have to commit some war crimes, so I'll
To be,
leave you to your.
to be fair, there was no one in Twitch chat. No one said anything in like an hour.
Well, listen, somebody's watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, my fucking stomach hurts.